13th-ranked Volunteers have come to South Bend for revenge. It's offense Tennessee ball style. In the air and on the ground. Senior quarterback Andy Kelly has the Vols thirsting for a major bowl bid. At Notre Dame, offense is also the name of the game. The Irish averaging almost 40 points a week. Rick Meyer and Notre Dame are still in the running for another national title. But watch out, Lou Holtz. The Vols intend to snatch away the Irish season. This sunny and cold Saturday in South Bend, Indiana is a milestone day, the 300th game in historic Notre Dame Stadium as the Volunteers meet the Fighting Irish. And for the 100th straight time, a sellout crowd, 59,000 plus, to see the 5th-ranked Fighting Irish host the 18th rated Volunteers of Tennessee. And here comes Johnny Nature's 5-2 Vols. And some 5,000 Tennessee fans here to cheer the orange and white onto the field. They're 5-2. They're here with revenge on their minds, hoping to pay back Notre Dame for that 34-29 thriller last year south in Tennessee. Hello, everyone. I'm Dick Enberg with Bill Walsh. This figures to be the best game of this home package that we've been following this year for Notre Dame. Two high-scoring offenses. Notre Dame ranked in the top 5 and Tennessee just outside the top 10, Bill Walsh, and that's because of their own mistakes.
I think it'll be a real shootout, Dick, but the problem with Tennessee, 2 shocking losses because of their own mistake. Penalties, turnovers, and just misplayed kicking game, things of that nature that I think have affected them. But they've got one chance to redeem themselves, and that's against Notre Dame.
They've got a lot of star value on that Tennessee sidelines.
Well, Andy Kelly, the quarterback's proven himself. He's one of the most prolific people in the college scene today. He'll throw 40, 50, maybe even 60 passes. And Carl Pickens, the receiver's a beauty. He's a #1 pick in the NFL. 13 catches last year against Notre Dame.
And from Notre Dame, what do you figure?
Well, the Notre Dame team has played sounder football all year. They've had a prolific offense of their own. They've played sounder, more consistent football. Tennessee is going to have to pick up their game because Notre Dame is not going to give it away. And
motivation on both sidelines. This has million-dollar bowl implications for the winner. The loser could be dropping down into something that they would be less excited about. And Tennessee, of course, in a more difficult position than Notre Dame in that regard, as the Irish still thinking national championship. A man who saw the game was on the sidelines in Knoxville at Neyland Stadium last year and thrilled to the action is John Dockery.
You know, Dick, it was one of the best college football games I'd ever seen. A titanic offensive struggle, 63 points on the board, and Kelly and Pickens were magnificent in defeat. As you said, the game came down to the wire. Rod Smith, an interception on the goal line to preserve the Irish victory. Kind of ironic that Tennessee should lose on a turnover because last year they had a +23 turnover ratio. This year it's a -4, so that's been one of the big problems. But Dick and Bill, you know the way I see it much like last year. It's Pickens and Kelly. Their pass game against a milquetoast Irish pass rush. Should be interesting. Back to you guys.
All right, Doc. Tennessee won the toss and deferred to the second half, so the Irish will get the ball first. And Joey Chapman tees it up for the Volunteers. Reggie Brooks, who ran one 65 yards for a touchdown last week against Navy, will be the deep man for Lou Holtz. Oh, this crowd, there's a different sort of electricity running through Notre Dame Stadium today. Final home game for this senior class as the kick rolls into the end zone for the touchback.
Today's Notre Dame football game is presented to you by Craftsman, a line of 1,600 hand tools made in America and guaranteed forever. Craftsman, only at Sears.
You see that splash of orange in the end zone to our left of Tennessee fans as Rick Meyer sets him up at the 20-yard line. First play from scrimmage. It's Bettis and Brooks behind him. And Tony Brooks, the senior, hit in the backfield, is slashing through Chris Mims, a senior from Los Angeles, California.
Mims just jumped inside Justin Hall. A beautiful move, and is he a big, tough guy, and he's going to be tough to handle on his side of the line of scrimmage. He's not only an excellent pass rusher, but physically he can take on the big tackles.
Junior college transfer from Southwest Junior College, Pierce Junior College in the Los Angeles area. 2nd and 12 on the loss. Give it to Bettis, and Jerome Bettis is out to the 25, a gain of 7. Sean Walker, the tackler, along with Darrell Hardy, 2 linebackers.
Well, this is what Notre Dame is going to pin their hopes on today, is Bettis behind that big offensive line. And look at him get his pads down. Just look at the leg drive. He got 4 yards after he had 3 people in contact with him. That's why he's most likely the best running back in college football today.
This incredible sophomore with a chance at 1,000 yards, certainly this season, maybe even today. He'd become the 4th player in Notre Dame history to gain 1,000 in a year. 3rd and 5, the screen, incomplete to Bettis, thrown too low by Meyer.
The Tennessee people read that well and were attacking the blockers as the ball was thrown. It was going nowhere.
So the Tennessee defense of Johnny Majors holds without a first down, and Notre Dame will have to punt it away. Dale Carter, one of the great kick returners in college football. In fact, he was best in the nation in kickoff returns last year, and 12th in punts, is back at the Tennessee 40. Craig Hendrick hits a wobbler. Carter, no fair catch, fumbles the ball, and Notre Dame recovers at the 47-yard line. Lance Johnson recovered the ball, but credit the hit to Willie Clark.
Carter wanted to run with the ball before he caught it. He was going to try to make a big play on the opening possession, and it cost him.
And that's what's plagued the Volunteers in their 2 losses this year to Florida and Alabama. On first down, Meyer to Tony Brooks, has a hole, and Brooks to the 30, to the 21-yard line.
Just a little bit of indecision on Tennessee's part. People were waiting for that play rather than attacking it. And when that happened, Sean Walker was bowled over. He didn't attack the play, and you can't give Brooks that kind of room.
Pick up 27 yards on the play, and now it's Jerome Bettis, and the big man is inside the Tennessee 15-yard line before Ernest Fields, number 23, can make the tackle. Fields from Milan, Tennessee, the leading tackler for the Vols this year, and he's also chipped in with a couple of forced fumbles and 2.5 sacks. He's only, well, 5'11", but carries 239 pounds.
Well, one of the big problems, Larry Lacewell, the defensive coordinator for Tennessee, is worried about the size of his linebackers versus Bettis, and it really showed up there. Bettis is a bigger man than the linebacker.
Rodney Culver to the 10, and a 1st and goal for the Irish, but they'll have the full 10 yards to go as Shazan Bradley submarining to make the tackle for Tennessee.
Those Tennessee linebackers are in the 220 to 230 range. They have to take on those big 290-pound guards of Notre Dame, plus a guy like Bettis, and even a Brooks is 225 pounds. So that's the concern they had coming in, and it's very evident right now.
Add to that 2 tight ends, Derek Brown to the right, Irv Smith to the left. It's Culver hit in the backfield and dragged down by J.J. Surlis and Shazan Bradley. There's Bradley from Athens, Tennessee, a senior, 255 pounds. He wears 40, which you would figure to be carried by a linebacker, and that's what he was when he first came to the campus in Knoxville. 2-time high school heavyweight wrestling champion in Tennessee. Tony Brooks, a tailback. 2nd and goal. Brooks on a delay. Great balance. Touchdown, Tony Brooks.
Well, what do you say? Brooks breaks tackles, Bettis breaks tackles. The offensive line blocking beautifully. Just a moment ago, Mirko Djurkovic did a great job of trapping. This is Notre Dame at its best.
The kick by Hendrick is good. Senior Tony Brooks from Tulsa, Oklahoma. His 4th touchdown of the year. He's number 7 all-time in Notre Dame rushing. Well over 2,000 yards. And this brilliant 12-yard effort, using his balance and his power to drive into the end zone. 11:35 remaining in the opening quarter. Notre Dame scores first.
A luxury car says a lot about its owner.
Mine says I'm witty beyond belief.
Mine says I'm more Europeanish.
Mine says I'm the product of superior genes.
A luxury car says
I'm so successful I can go into debt.
I'm much more handsome.
cosmopolitan.
Another pathetic sheep following the herd.
Says a lot. I'm irresistible.
Powerful.
Stylish. Sexy.
Dynamic.
The all-wheel drive Subaru Legacy. All it says is that you bought a great car and you can still pay your mortgage.
You know, if you pay as much attention to your jump shot as you do trying to impress women. Well, it's just this new shampoo. My hair comes out looking really good. Shampoo? Yeah, it's got a conditioner in it, right in the bottle. Talked about this before. What? Look, all the conditioner in the world doesn't mean a thing the minute your dandruff shows up. Ah, fear not, paranoid one.
For the first time ever, the world's leading dandruff shampoo comes complete with full-body conditioners. Introducing Head & Shoulders 2-in-1, making all your first impressions all the more impressive.
This Christmas, Tandy Computers, some of the best-selling PC compatibles in America, are on sale at Radio Shack. 4 complete systems with color monitors start at just $599.90. All come with 24 unique home organizer programs. The more powerful RLX system is the perfect home office machine. And with hard drive, it's just $1199.95. The Tandy 1000 family of computers. So easy to use, we guarantee success.
Radio Shack, America's technology store.
Notre Dame football is brought to you by Subaru. It's what to drive. By the people of UPS, now offering next-day air delivery on Saturday. By Nuprin, Nupit with Nuprin, the body pain medicine. And by the card, the American Express card. Don't leave home without it.
Former Tennessee star tailback All-America Johnny Majors returning to his alma mater. Sees his team stunned, a fumble off the punt, and a quick score by Notre Dame, and now Craig Hendrick kicks off. Dale Carter, playing shallow at the 15, has to drift to the 7. Carter looking to make amends. And he's got room now. 35-40, 45-50. Dale Carter all the way to the 30 of Notre Dame. Best in the nation last year, 63 yards on that one.
They've been waiting all year this year for him to do this. Look at this great athletic ability and instincts. Now, this is certainly a #1 draft choice in the NFL this year, but watch the instincts. Watch him set up that block. Now he's just going to turn it on and get whatever he can right at the end of the play. Just beautiful.
Jeff Burris finally captured him from behind from the 31. Andy Kelly rolling and looking. And overshooting J.J. McCleskey. He's only 5'8". Wouldn't have caught that one if he was 6'8". Let's look at the starting lineup for this talented volunteer team with Andy Kelly at quarterback, a senior from Dayton, Tennessee. His running backs, freshmen from Detroit, Aaron Hayden, and Kenneth Campbell, a sophomore, Chattanooga. It's Craig Faulkner, sophomore, Richmond, Kentucky, and All-America Carl Pickens from Murphy, North Carolina. And Mark Adams is the tight end. He's from Virginia Beach, Virginia. Fake to Hayden. Kelly throws, intercepted. It's Tom Carter. He's got a chance to go all the way. Touchdown, Notre Dame.
is no doubt nervous. His first pass was 8 feet over his receiver's head, and this was right into a crowd of Notre Dame defenders. Watch the people breaking to this ball. There are 2 defenders. And in this particular case, Carter was closest to the ball. So just very, very questionable play by Kelly, but he's very, very anxious and cost him a touchdown.
Whoops. Charging offside, one of the Volunteers, Bradley. That was 79 yards for Carter for his first Notre Dame touchdown. The sophomore from St. Petersburg, his 3rd interception of the year. And what a moment for Carter. It was intended for Carl Pickens. And there's Carter, this sophomore. Lou Holtz told us yesterday, this young defensive back is going to be great. He's going to be a great player.
Well, a year ago, Todd Light was his hero, his big brother on campus, and he feels he learned so much from Todd, and now he's inherited that job, and apparently, well, he's playing as well as Todd did his senior year, and this guy's only a sophomore. 4.35, 40, 39 vertical jump, 39-inch. It's a truly fine athlete and a great competitor.
So what was the weakness of the Irish last year? The secondary, when they played Tennessee, has become the defensive strength of this team. Kendrick kicks it through, and with 11:01 remaining in the first quarter, Notre Dame has stunned Tennessee. First a fumble turned into a quick touchdown, and now this interception.
Right here was to be the receiver. But now that ball's shown very late, and look at Carter. I mean, it's amazing. He's 3 or 4 yards in front of Pickens to pick the ball off. Just an errant pass, and Andy Kelly's going to have to settle down, or this will be a rout.
Making a sports card seems mandatory to mention how fast it can go. Instead, why not mention the things you shouldn't mention about a sports car? A strong weld, over 24 safety features, all-wheel drive, engineering that endures. Still, if it's speed you want, we promise. With the Subaru SVX, you'll easily be able to go as fast as the law allows. Subaru, what to drive.
It's football time. Your ball, Joe. I'm hurting, Jimmy. I did it. You can do it. This isn't tennis. This is football pain. My doc says ibuprofen for body pain. The medicine in Nuprin. My trainer, same thing. So Nupit.
Nupit.
Nupit with Nuprin. Strong stuff. Just takes one. Cheer up, Joe. There's always tennis. Yeah, Jimmy? You think I'm old enough?
For back, joint, or muscle pain.
Nupit.
Nupit.
With Nuprin.
The body pain medicine.
5-day week, 8-hour day, paid sick leave, higher wages, health insurance, overtime pay, pensions, safer working conditions, paid holidays, job security, paid vacations, maternity leave. The proceeding has been brought to you by the men and women of the unions of the AFL-CIO who won these benefits at the bargaining table and set the standard for all working Americans.
Indianapolis, Daytona, Talladega, Pomona, Baja. Why do we go to such distant places to put Craftsman tools to the test? If you're going to guarantee a tool forever, it's got to take the torture even guys like you dish out. 1,600 Craftsman hand tools, made in America, guaranteed forever, only at Sears. Besides, this kind of testing is fun.
Tonight, a 2-hour television event comes to NBC. When the Golden Girls, Empty Nest, and Merces get hit by a
hurricane.
One unforgettable night of drama, passion, and courage.
We're gonna die! We're gonna die! Daddy, she's hysterical. Can I slap her?
A windy 1-hour Golden Girls starts Hurricane Saturday tonight at 8, 7 Central on NBC.
Welcome back to Notre Dame Stadium. Less than 4 minutes played in the game. And Notre Dame has struck twice, 14-0. And that interception by Carter was the longest in 10 years for Notre Dame. Dave Dorson, 88, against Miami in 1981. The kick by Hendrick. Carter at the goal line. The senior from Oxford, Georgia, is dumped at the 13-yard line by Rod Smith. Boy, the starters on defense playing on special teams, and Smith stays on the field as Tennessee will begin at its own 13.
Smith really penetrated the blocking. I mean, Rod Smith used every bit of speed he had, and they beat the blockers to the point they wanted to make contact. He was there before the blockers were.
McCleskey and Faulkner to the left. Faulkner in the slot, and All-America Carl Pickens split right. Give it to the freshman. And it's Aaron Hayden out to about the 17, 18-yard line. Demetrius DeBose, who is far and away the top tackler this year for Notre Dame. In fact, he is 54 ahead of Pete Bursich in second place. That's his 111th of the season.
Well, Demetrius has been in every down in virtually every play this season. So he has that longevity, he has that stamina to play down after down and still get the job done.
Tight end Mark Adams in motion and then setting. 2nd and 6. Draw play read well by DuBose and company as Hayden tripped up shy of the 20-yard line. Bring up about 3rd and 4.
Again, DuBose is the center of everything. He's sitting protected back there at the linebacker spot. You see him, number 31. Look at him attack the play. Now, if this isn't a great football player and a #1 draft choice, what a great job he's done for Notre Dame. But he really has a future outside of the collegiate level.
And another year to go here at Notre Dame. 3rd down for Kelly. He completes his first pass, and it's a first down to Mark Adams, the senior tight end.
What a beautiful job, again, by DuBose being in position. But that was the most critical play. Number 31 again. You see Flanagan, 44, penetrating. Now DuBose gets in good position, inside out, and he makes it tough on Mark Adams. But that was so critical for Tennessee to get a first down, to settle down. Otherwise, the score would explode on them.
You're just joining us. 14-0 already, Notre Dame. And we have 9:39 left in this first quarter, and no place to run for Aaron Hayden. Pete Bursich made the tackle. Hayden made a visit to Notre Dame last year out of his high school Mumford in Detroit, Michigan, and his host here on campus was another Detroiter, Jerome Bettis. And Hayden decided on Tennessee. He said it was tough between the two, but he felt at Tennessee with Chuck Webb coming out early to go into the NFL, he had a chance to play as a freshman, and he's a starter today. And Bettis looking across at the field at the man he thought would be wearing an Irish uniform this year. Kelly. Beautiful throw to Craig Faulkner, who takes a hit from Willie Clark, a 21-yard gain.
You can see that Tennessee can really move the ball if they execute. Now Faulkner, the man in the slot, is going to cross right in the middle of the screen, getting by DuBose, getting by linebackers, and catches the ball, and of course he really gets tagged. But one of the keys for Tennessee today was receivers hold on to the ball, because the Notre Dame defenders were really going to rip it.
21 yards for Faulkner. First down at the Tennessee 49.
Fumble.
Hayden gets through the tackle of DuBose, but slowed up and then smothered at the 49 of Notre Dame. Devon McDonald, senior from Paterson, New Jersey, finished the job.
DuBose is making things happen on 2 other plays that we didn't specify. He attacks the ball carrier and makes him stop. Now watch 31, middle of the screen. Watch him attack. When he attacks, it forces the ball carrier, in this case Hayden, to slow down, stop, then everybody else gets there. So that's just great linebacker play.
Marked at the 48 of the Irish. Hayden again. And he stopped at the 46. Carl McGill from Clearwater, Florida, number 89, makes the tackle with an assist from Greg Davis. Davis back on the field for Notre Dame. He's been out with a knee injury since the Stanford game, and this senior from Hollywood, Florida, able to play here at Notre Dame Stadium, his final appearance at home.
Again, a critical 3rd down for Tennessee, because they've got to control the ball. They haven't stopped Notre Dame yet. They've got to continue to make first downs. They've been very good in this area. Now there are 4 wide receivers in the game.
7 defensive backs counter for Notre Dame. Over the middle and thrown behind McCleskey. He was open in front of coverage. But on the incomplete pass, Tennessee brings in its punting unit.
Notre Dame decided to cover as many people as they could, drop them off, sit there in his zone, and Kelly failed to execute because he does have his guy wide open inside, J.J. McCluskey, and the ball's thrown behind him. Now there's the first down. At this point, it's tough.
Well, Johnny Majors, Bill Walsh, going to gamble here at the 46. He's going for it. 4th and 4. Out of a short punt. He is the pooch punter, Andy Kelly. A flag is down. Oh, he was going to throw a pass. So Johnny Majors knows that Notre Dame scouting their games has seen Kelly drop back. One thing they try to do is draw the other team offside. 4th and 4, get the first down. The other is pooch punt it. Kelly's a pretty good punter, high school punter, or could pass the ball.
Now, there was a lot of option to that, but they mishandled. This is plagued Johnny Majors' team all year.
Offense, 5-yard penalty, 4th down.
Just plagued them all year, these kind of mistakes. And Johnny Majors gives more time to the kicking game maybe than anyone in college football. He specializes in it, and is he frustrated because this is where the breakdowns have come all year.
Freshman walk-on Tom Hutton having a big year. He's a left footer. He sends a high floater that the Irish will let bounce. And down at about the 13, a flag goes down out at the 20-yard line. 37-yard punt for Hutton.
Well, it could be that Tennessee will settle down now and play their game. But they've given up 14 points rather quickly and rather easily.
Big East referee blocked below the waist on the kick return against Notre Dame, and that'll push the Irish back inside their 10.
Illegal block. Fair catch is throwing a block after giving a fair catch signal.
Penalty more complicated than that. It'll start at the 6-yard line for Notre Dame when we return.
Your dream is sea breezes off Cape Cod. But it's sweat, not dreams, that's going to get you there. And you need a deodorant you can depend on. Old Spice deodorant actually helps stop odor before it starts by killing odor-causing bacteria on contact. 99%. That's odor prevention you can count on with the clean scent of Old Spice.
Permission to come aboard?
Old Spice deodorant. It does a number on odor-causing bacteria, 99%.
A luxury car says a lot about its owner.
Mine says I'm witty beyond belief.
Mine says I'm more Europeanish.
Mine says I'm the product of superior genes.
A luxury car says
I'm so successful I can go into debt.
I'm much more handsome.
Cosmopolitan.
Another pathetic sheep following the herd.
Says a lot. I'm irresistible.
Powerful.
Stylish.
Sexy.
Dynamic.
The all-wheel drive Subaru Legacy. All it says is that you bought a great car and you can still pay your mortgage.
Who guarantees overnight air delivery on Saturday to more people coast to coast?
Morning. UPS on Saturday?
Who did you think?
Thank you.
Born of the finest natural ingredients, then brewed and aged with extra care for that clean, crisp, cold taste. The taste only Budweiser can deliver.
And we'll toast and cheer with the king of beers.
The king of beers.
Nothing beats a Bud.
Hey, Mr. Dalthorpe, your graphites are here.
Who guarantees overnight air delivery on Saturday to more people coast to coast?
Thank you.
Who did you think?
UPS on Saturday?
Sports stars, commercial endorsements. It's the proven formula for success. Why does Madison Avenue love the superstar athlete? Jock Spots, an NBC Sports special. Today.
You know I don't have time for this.
Bernard Daphne steaming down 0-14. Fine tackle, boys. He's steaming. You can literally.
This cold weather combined with the fire and fight and intensity of these players. Notre Dame leading 14-0. 7:21 left opening quarter. They start from the 6. They have been tough in the opening quarter all year long. Rodney Culver. And the senior from Detroit has a first down out at the 18 before Floyd Miley at the right corner can make the hit. Flag is down. Let's see if this 12-yard run counts.
At this point, Dick, Larry Lacewell, the coordinator for Tennessee, is attacking with his defense. And in doing so, the defenders are running right past the ball. They're not controlling their blocker. They're trying to avoid their blocker, and that's all a guy like Culver needs. And so they're going to have to play into that blocker mode and come off of the block rather than run right past the ball. That was an easy 10 yards. I mean, there was nobody near it.
In the offense, penalty from the spot of the foul, half the distance to the goal, first down.
So because it is marked half the distance to the goal from the spot of the foul, which was downfield, Notre Dame actually is only penalized, well, 1 yard. It's first and 11. Great defensive charge from J.J. Surlis and Shazan Bradley, the two inside linemen for Tennessee.
So far, it's been all or none for Tennessee. Either they're getting their guy for a loss and devastating the line of scrimmage, or they're getting beat bad as they run past the ball. And in this case, they got there first. But it's a gambling kind of defense, and it's just not going to work against Notre Dame. There's just too many horses up front for the Irish.
Sean Walker, a middle linebacker, submarined in there. He got the first hit. Second down, Tony Brooks. Brooks, and you could hear that collision as he drives to the 15-yard line. Bradley makes the stop. Credit the blocks to Gene McGuire and Aaron Taylor.
Aaron Taylor in particular. Oh, did he do a beautiful job. He just drove Surlis right off the line of scrimmage, 5 yards. And here's a great young prospect, a sophomore.
There he is, number 75 from De La Salle High School in Concord, California. He's 6'4" and 290.
Well, he's a potential All-American and certainly a potential professional.
Third down, and Brooks has the first down to the 20. Floyd Miley from the secondary makes the tackle. The Irish out of the hole have a first down at the 20, overcoming the penalty.
Well, it's so important for the safety men when you play Notre Dame to get into that line of scrimmage to help on the tackle. And Dale Carter, who was a great prospect, a great football player, was late getting there that time. And in that case, that allowed the ball carrier to get the extra yard or two for the first down.
Both Tony Smith and Lake Dawson way out to the right, out of your picture. And it's Brooks going the other way for nothing. It was Chuck Smith from Athens, Georgia, the senior defensive right end, making the tackle. He leads Tennessee in sacks this year with 6.
It's a very quick defense and a committing defense, and as I've said, they're trying to beat the blocker quickly, and in that case, Smith did it. In other cases, when they don't do it, there's a big game resulting. So it's sort of an all or none approach, and I don't know how long that can hold up.
Smith, transfer from Northeast Oklahoma A&M JC. Play action over the middle to the tight end, Derek Brown. First down at the 40. 20 yards for the senior Brown. Certainly will make a lot of All-America lists at tight end this year.
Well, that's his 16th catch of the season. He's averaging 16 yards a catch. So they just go to him when they need him. And he can do everything. Great job of throwing. I'm just so impressed with Rick Meyer. That ball was just thrown right to the spot above the shoulders so Brown could catch it and run with it.
20 yards on the play.
Brown splitting out, top of the screen.
Culver gets a block from Brown. And he's all the way to the Tennessee 40 as Derek Brown threw a key block to spring him for another 20-yard gain for Notre Dame.
Well, this is the all or none approach that Tennessee's taking. They'll nail you for a loss, or you're going to get a big gain because there won't be anybody there to be in front of the ball. Now you see the Tennessee defenders taking a side, and the minute they do it, now there's Brown making that block down the field, but the big problem's up front. The Tennessee defenders have got to control the blocker in front of them much more consistently.
Tony Brooks this time. And Brooks has 15 more. The Irish are chewing up big chunks on every play on this drive that started at the 6-yard line.
Well, you know, if the Irish are talking national championship, you have to take them seriously, because the execution of Lou Holt's team at this point is beautiful to watch. There's rhythm to it. The play calling is excellent, and the fundamentals are just flawless. Joe Moore's offensive line has just done a great job.
Jerome Bettis stumbles as he gets to the 20-yard line and thought he could have gotten much more. It was Chris Mims down low to trip him up.
That time Aaron Taylor was a trap. Lou Holtz has done emphasized the trap. Once Bettis has established himself, he's gone more to the trap. You know, you see 75, there it is. There's Aaron Taylor with a fine trap block, catching his man above the shoulder pass and just burying him. So the trapping game with Bettis has become devastating.
9th play of the drive. Tony Brooks, a huge hole. Look at the balance and effort again by Brooks, who has it 1st and goal at the 10. Todd Kelly finally getting Brooks to the ground.
Well, this is awesome, Dick. Just an awesome display of college football. You'll see McGuire block back. Now look at the opening, and there is Dale Carter. And Dale is just a little late getting there, and it gives Brooks a chance to get his pads down.
What a quarter for the senior Brooks. 78 yards on 7 carries. His final home game at Notre Dame. Meyer. Touchdown.
Rick Meyer knew just what he wanted to do. That was the option. Typically, the Irish run it from the 20-yard line to about the 10. They'll start using it, and Rick knew if he just kept the ball, he could slide between people and score.
Craig Hentrick adds the extra point, and with still almost 3 minutes left in the first quarter, Notre Dame 21, Tennessee nothing.
There's the fake to Bettis, which helps. Now watch Meyer just bend outside. He's not thinking of option now. He's just a ball carrier. Look at him get his pads down.
94-yard drive for Notre Dame in 10 plays. Impressive indeed.
For some people, the best thing about the morning is that it's over by the afternoon. So the Braun shaver is quiet to soothe the soul. It's curved to comfortably fit the face, with 3 shaving positions to cut, groom, and trim with superb results. Braun, a state-of-the-art shaver that could improve your state of mind. The world's #1 selling foil shaver.
You just arrived. You don't know your way around town. So you start looking for a friendly face. And then you see welcome signs of civilization and sophistication. You're gonna like it here. The card, the American Express card. Don't leave home without it.
Why fight the weather? Get this Craftsman half-horsepower garage door opener with Sears' best features for only $139.99. And when the pros from Sears install it, it's an even better value. So why wait? Get to Sears today.
Now you can watch Notre Dame football year-round. Catch all the excitement of the 1991 season when you order the Fighting Irish highlight video. It's only $19.99 plus $5 shipping and handling. Send check or money order to 1991 Irish Highlights, 401 East Colfax Street, Suite 207A, South Bend, Indiana 46617. or charge by phone with Visa or MasterCard. 1-800-345-5027. Relive the excitement and emotion that is Notre Dame football.
The Raiders shooting for the top. The Broncos riding a Rocky Mountain high. Sunday.
300 games ago in 1930, Notre Dame Stadium, just as you see it now, built by Rockne in 4 months. As you look at it, helicopter aerials being furnished today by Pennzoil Motor Oil. What a picture that is. And Rick Meyer, 10 yards to culminate that 94-yard drive. 21-0 Notre Dame, enough to make an old coonhound howl. Right on cue. How about that? Smokey the Sixth, the Tennessee Volunteer mascot, a blue tick coonhound.
Smokey knows something's wrong. Knows inherently that something is wrong.
Craig Hendrick kicks it off. Tennessee eager to get their chance to strike. They have the power, but they're down by 3 scores already. Dale Carter high-stepping it. 30 and slips at the 35-yard line. Let's go down to John Dockery.
You know, Dick, remember at practice talking to Johnny Majors on Thursday, his 2 biggest concerns, tackling and turnovers. Well, his defensive backs especially haven't tackled very well at all today. And turnovers, Dale Carter on that first one on the punt, there was a swirling wind here. It was ill-advised to try and run up and make that catch. He fumbled the ball. And then double coverage on Pickens. The Irish are doing it. What does Kelly do? He tries to throw in it. A bad pass, another turnover. The 2 things that Johnny Majors was most concerned about have happened to him here today.
Andy Kelly to throw. Safety valve. Tight end Von Reeves, a senior from Knoxville, has about 9.
Well, that's what it'll take, a series of short, completed passes. And that time, Kelly looked down the field, wanted the big play, could see he wasn't going to get it, just threw the ball softly to his release man. That's what it's going to take. And that's what Tennessee's done in recent years. They've had a wonderful passing game.
The 2 little speedsters to the left, Faulkner and McCluskey, with the All-America Pickens to the right. Give it to Hayden. And Hayden jolted as he picks up the first down at the 48. Bryant Young, now there's good news for Notre Dame fans and bad news for their opponents. Bryant Young, regarded as the top down lineman for the Irish and then suffered that hairline fracture of the lower leg at Air Force, is back, and goodness, did he heal quickly. That was only 3 games ago.
I didn't think he'd play today, but he's come along so rapidly. And does he add punch to that defense? Because he has the size.
First down, Tennessee at the 48 of the Vols. Kelly has a man, tight end again, Reeves. And Von Reeves is to the Notre Dame 44-yard line, a pickup of 8.
Well, this is what we expected at the initial stages of the game for Tennessee to do, but they've let themselves fall tragically behind, and now they're beginning to settle down and execute.
Other scores from around the country, the top teams, top 25. Penn State waiting for Notre Dame next weekend. What a weekend next week. Florida State, Miami, Penn State, Notre Dame. Hayden has a hole up the middle and is inside the 40. Bryant Young able to trip him up, but not until Hayden had picked up the first down. He's a 213-pound freshman.
53 touchdowns in high school, Hayden. 4,800 yards.
And then he played defense and intercepted 24 passes.
So they've got a real talented young group of freshman backs headed by Aaron Hayden. He has a future.
21 yards today. Notre Dame student body making it tough to hear, but it's Hayden blasting to the 30. 9 more before Junior Bryant and company can drag him down.
Well, they're settling down. If they could get in the end zone rapidly here, maybe they can come back out of this real hole they've dug.
You know, this son of a Detroit policeman, a lieutenant in the Detroit police force. He played 2 years in high school against Jerome Bettis. We asked him on the Tennessee campus if Bettis was big as a high school player. He said bigger.
said he was heavier in high school. He's trimmed down. And what a devastating player. Well, both of them had great careers.
End of the first quarter at Notre Dame Stadium, and the Irish hold on the first period continues. Today, Tennessee victimized.
This Heisman Trophy moment is brought to you by AT&T, the right choice. First-year Irish coach Ara Parsegian gave John Ewart the starting quarterback's job in 1964, and the senior took college football by surprise. Ewart shined as a senior and wound up winning the Heisman over bigger names, thus creating a bit of controversy. Ewart began the season a virtual unknown, but ended it a Heisman Trophy winner.
Because AT&T knows that you have news to share, and times to remember, and plans to be made, and stories to tell. Now your savings are better than ever before. 30% off calls from 5 to 10 p.m. for Reach Out America plan customers with an evening discount for 2 full months this holiday season. So go ahead and enjoy. And if you don't have Reach Out America, call now and get 30% off. Only for you, only from us.
Who guarantees overnight air delivery before 10:30 for far less than other companies charge? UPS. Who did you think?
The Xerox guarantee is no ordinary guarantee.
I said, show me. And he did.
It says Xerox will replace any product for any reason at your request for 3 years.
It all depends on execution.
It's about a relationship that makes your satisfaction the measure of everything we do. It's the words we live by, and it's from Xerox.
They mean what they say.
Faxing, copying, printing. Xerox, the document company.
Who guarantees overnight air delivery before 10:30 for far less than other companies charge? UPS. Who did you think?
Greg Norman, Lee Trevino, Hale Irwin, and more take to the beautiful shores of Maui, the Ping Kapalua International, next Saturday.
Pete Bursich walking off ankle problem, wearing those no help on those arms. That's part of the Polar Bear Club, a tradition here at Notre Dame to go through a whole season without ever wearing the undergarments to protect the arms. Boy, what a first quarter for Notre Dame this all season long.
Well, they're so well prepared. And Lou Holtz personally sets up the initial stages of the game, and he's a master at it.
They've not allowed a touchdown all season in the first period, just 3 field goals. 2nd and 2, Tennessee. Oh, a kick! And it's a first down on the quickie to Carl Pickens, who leads the SEC in catches with 38 coming in, 4 for touchdown.
He's averaging over 18 yards a catch, so he is explosive. Now, what a safety man. He played safety, didn't he, early
well,
on?
as for freshmen, they couldn't use him at wide receiver, so late in the season, Johnny May just put him in the defensive backfield. All he did was intercept 5 passes in 5 games.
So, conceivably, he could play that position as a professional.
Hayden caught from behind by Devon McDonald. And Devon McDonald yesterday at the big luncheon they had before every home game, over 2,000 people joined the Notre Dame football family, and Devon McDonald is one of the player speakers. Very emotional. He said, in front of all of these people, I want to thank my coach Lou Holtz for making me better. It was important to do it in front of a big audience. He said he called me in August last year and said, Devon, simply, why is it you're half the player and half the student I think you should be? He said, I hung up the phone and went out and started running right away. Kelly, well covered in the end zone, was Craig Faulkner. 2 Irish defenders on him.
The Irish really doubled up on both deep receivers, and the game plan has been almost perfect. Here's Devon McDonald right now. He's got, there's 3 people end up blocking him. Now, that's maybe by design or maybe not, but on occasion it takes that to stop this guy. Boy, is he impressive as a public speaker. All the Notre Dame people at the luncheon yesterday, when they get up and speak, they would have their notes prepared and handle themselves beautifully.
On 3rd down and long into the end zone. Touchdown to Corey Fleming, a sophomore from Nashville.
Well, that ball was bobbled just for a second. That time Kelly just took his time. He had seam patterns. 4 receivers working straight down the field. And on the outside, you'll see the release straight up the field. And Notre Dame just had a single man back there, Rod Smith, to try to handle 2 people. And Fleming, the furthest to the outside, was totally and completely open. It looked like he bobbled the ball as he caught it.
21 yards on the touchdown play. Here's John Bexford. A freshman from Chattanooga adds the extra point, and a much-needed score for the Volunteers as they drive impressively 65 yards for the touchdown.
It didn't happen in Germany, nor in Japan. It happened right here. An all-new car, born of intelligent engineering. The Oldsmobile 88 Royale. You've seen it, now come drive it. Oldsmobile, the power of intelligent engineering.
Now, get 2.9% APR financing for up to 48 months.
You know, if you pay as much attention to your jump shot as you do trying to impress women, well, it's just this new shampoo. My hair comes out looking really good. Shampoo. Yeah, it's got a conditioner in it, right in the bottle. Talked about this before. What? Look, all the conditioner in the world doesn't mean a thing. I mean, it's your dandruff shows up. Ah, fear not, paranoid one.
For the first time ever, the world's leading dandruff shampoo comes complete with full-body conditioners. Introducing Head & Shoulders 2-in-1, making all your first impressions all the more impressive.
For the battery that performs 3 times better than industry standards, you've got to get to Sears.
Out here, if you don't have a Die-Hard, you don't have a prayer.
Sears Die-Hard. More power when you need it most.
Who's going to back it better than Sears?
Some people perspire.
We sweat.
The only protection for us?
New Ara XX Sports Scent.
It's the only leading sports solid that doesn't leave a white flaky mess.
New Ara XX Sports Scent helps keep us extra
dry.
Notre Dame football is brought to you by Oldsmobile, the power of intelligent engineering. By Magnavox, smart choices for smart people. The ingenious products from Magnavox. They're smart, very smart. By Head & Shoulders, because you never get a second chance to make a first impression. And by Craftsman Tools, only at Sears, the home of America's craftsmen.
21-7 Notre Dame. Jeff Burris normally deep on kickoffs, and here is a change by Lou Holtz. Willie Clark, who beat Rocket Ismail in the 200 meters here on campus last year, moves to the deep position. He has 4.29 speed. It's short. Clark running up the backs of the blockers, and then outside to the 39-yard line before David Bennett can bounce him out of bounds. And it's time now for our Xerox Sports Facts. Now, no looking in your book, Bill Walsh. What schools had the most players selected in the 1991 NFL draft? What schools?
Colleges?
Yeah, what colleges sent the most players into the draft picked last year?
4-year colleges.
Yes, 4-year colleges.
How would I know?
I'm say Windsor, Ontario. Tony Brooks at the 40. Sean Walker makes a solid hit from his middle linebacking position.
Would one of those schools be playing today?
Well, usually, you know, that's how you figure that. I think they're going to. The answer involves 3
or somebody.
No, the Chippewas barely edged out. That would have been the next question. Now, don't jump ahead. That could be the next question we ask.
Oh, they're
fit to be tied up there in Mount Pleasant.
Well, now Tennessee's going to have a stand here and hold Notre Dame off, get the ball back. It's absolutely critical.
Brooks, good job by the 4 Tennessee tacklers, spearheaded by Chuck Smith, number 56, and Darrell Hardy, 87. Well, let's not keep you on the sidelines. Let's get the answer to our Xerox Sports Facts. Miami, the Hurricanes sent 11. Notre Dame 10 into the draft. Tennessee and Colorado with 9. All 9 players for Tennessee from the offense.
4 receivers. 4 receivers. What a passing game develops all of that. Oh, boy.
Lake Dawson at the 45 of Tennessee. Jeremy Lincoln made the tackle. 14 yards on the Meyer to Dawson connection.
Rick Meyer had just become a true mechanic. Beautiful, beautiful mechanics. And watch this, pushing up, turning in, and watch where the ball's caught, up high. You want the ball caught above the waist whenever possible, so the ball carrier, that receiver, can run with it after he catches it. You don't want to ever have to reach down low for a ball. And Rick gets it up there.
Dawson's 20th catch of the year. The option. And Meyer hangs on and has a first down to the 33-yard line before David Bennett can make the stop.
Well, a dimension to the Irish offense. Meyer throws the hook, runs the option. They've got Bettis. And of course, they've got the bevy of running backs, Culver and Brooks. They just have everything, and the execution is there. I'm not sure there's a better team in college football.
On offense.
Offensively.
And he draws a crowd. First there was Chuck Smith.
Well, Tennessee leads the SEC Southeastern Conference in defense. They lead the conference in defense, but they're doing it with quickness. Their entire frontal group are in the 240, 250 range, and Notre Dame, with these big, massive linemen who are athletes, are just better matched up against Tennessee than I thought they'd be. They're just better matched up.
Ray Griggs and William Pollard are the 2 wide receivers to the right on 2nd and 8. Screen it. Brooks. And the senior. Oh, he's having a great first half. Tony Brooks inside the 15. Darryl Hardy from behind. Another 16 yards for the Irish.
Gene McGuire, the center, came out and made that critical block that sprung Brooks. First you see Taylor, but McGuire is right there. You see him turn his back and just cut his defender off. Darryl Hardy had to go the long way around, and that gave the ball carrier Brooks a chance to really get something out of the play.
Senior Gene McGuire helping out fellow senior Tony Brooks. Last time at Notre Dame Stadium. Brooks again met sharply by Chuck Smith again. Ernest Fields there to help number 23.
Again, it's all the quickness of Tennessee. It's all or none. Now you see Smith come right up the field, and he really wasn't blocked that time. Irv Smith, the tight end, looked as though he was looking for someone else to block.
He was a radio DJ working parties in high school with the moniker Go-Go. Go-Go Smith. He's having a good half defensively, but Tennessee is not. Ooh, Culver was bobbling the handoff when Sean Walker and Fields arrived, and for Notre Dame, fortunate there was not a fumble.
Well, now the play call will be important here, but 3 points, getting out of this with 3 points puts a lot of pressure on Tennessee because you're just compounding their problem. Time's evaporating on them, and Notre Dame continues to score points. So 3 points on this drive can be more than adequate.
Meyer thinking bigger than that. 3rd down and a dozen. Meyer 3 for 4 passing. Underneath. Derek Brown first. No, he did not pick up the first down. He's to the 6-yard line, 1.5 yards short. And Lou Holtz is not going to gamble, even though his team has made 11 of 12 4th down tries. They're going to take the 3.
Well, it looks like it's 2 yards plus. And Lou knows that 3 points here can just kill Tennessee. 3 more points is going to make it that much tougher.
A 24-yard attempt by Hentrick. And it's good. Hentrick 4 for 6 this year, and the Irish move up 24-7.
Tastes like a beer, cause it should, cause it's brewed like a beer. Of course it's good. Working out or working late when you're thirsting for a break. Let's be perfectly clear. It's what beer drinkers drink when they're not drinking beer. O'Doul's.
O'Doul's, the brew from Anheuser-Busch, with the alcohol naturally removed for real beer taste and only 70 calories.
Anytime, anywhere, it's what beer drinkers drink when they're not drinking beer. O'Doul's.
Indianapolis, Daytona, Talladega, Pomona, Baja. Why do we go to such distant places to put Craftsman tools to the test? If you're going to guarantee a tool forever, it's got to take the torture even guys like you dish out. 1,600 Craftsman hand tools, made in America, guaranteed forever, only at Sears. Besides, this kind of testing is fun.
Power. Applied intelligently, its effects are magnificent. Witness the Oldsmobile Cutlass Supreme, powered by the world's largest 24-valve V6 engine and an electronic transmission. It's a car designed to provide a more intelligent standard of performance, measured not simply in miles per hour, but by a slightly different gauge, miles per gallon. Oldsmobile, the power of intelligent engineering.
It isn't the night or even the fog that gets you. It's when the team leader puts you in charge for the first time. And you decide to drop right inside Alpha Team's backyard. That's when you find out how good you really are.
The Raiders shooting for the top. The Broncos riding a Rocky Mountain high. Sunday.
Welcome back to Notre Dame. The Irish impressive on offense, leading 24-7. Couple of turnovers early led to two quick scores as Notre Dame had a 14-0 lead with less than 4 minutes gone. Hendrick, after kicking a short field goal, hits it deep to Carter. And he will not run it out. Touchback at the 20-yard line. Andy Kelly and the offense come on the field, and we go to John Duckery.
Dick, it was 1930. The stadium was just opening. Herbert Hoover was president, and Newt Rockne the coach. Tickets were $1.15, and this man, Leo Passman, was an usher back then, all these years. And Leo, what do you remember most over those 61 years?
What do I remember?
Yeah.
When Rockne was here?
When Rockne was here?
Yes.
What about him?
Well, he used to take us down on the field before he'd open the gates.
He took the ushers down the field. What did he say to you?
Give us a pep talk.
A pep talk?
Yeah, and then one time he told us, I used to walk up and down Michigan Street, and I talked to all the bums. And he said, you know, I learn more from them than I do anybody else.
Is that right? Newt Rockne,
yeah.
A man of the people. Well,
yeah.
How many games have you been here for now? Almost 300, isn't it?
Yeah, I missed 2 games.
Just 2 games.
Since this time, yeah.
Well, we'll hope you're here for many, many more. Thank you, Leo.
Yeah.
Dick?
Okay, is that it?
That's it. That's wonderful. Can you imagine?
Gee, that is...
Talk about loyalty, huh? After the penalty on first down against Tennessee, it's James Stewart, number 33, his first carry today. Another true freshman. He's from Morristown, Tennessee. Bryant and DeBose made the tackle out at the 22-yard line, so it'll be second down and a long 8.
Now, Stewart is the guy with the real quickness in the outside moves. So where Hayden is the power man, Stewart is the quick one. Now, they've got 2 great young prospects in these guys. Double-teamed. Davis and Burris from the secondary, shoulder to shoulder, to make the hit. Davis and Burris sat in their zones, the ball's thrown, and they just attack from the outside in and from the inside out. Look at him being bracketed there and there. Now that's beautiful zone play. You don't see that in the National Football League. Very well coached. Gary Darnell's done a fine job in developing this defense that had its problems early and certainly did last year. Oh, Kansas upsetting Nebraska today.
What a reverse, and this is Craig Faulkner. And Faulkner has the first down at the 42-yard line.
Well, that's the first of a series of special plays that we observed during the practice sessions in Knoxville. They may have been 10 plays like this. You know, you see Faulkner come around, beautiful job of setting it up by Fisher and Walensky, and down the field they go. Great blocking down the field by Daphne. And so very well executed and a timely call.
Trailing 24-7, halfway through the second quarter. It's Stewart again, refusing to go down. He's to the 49 of Tennessee. And a valiant effort by Stewart, James Stewart III.
Well, Tennessee's playing it one down at a time, it appears. So they've regained their poise from that shock early. They're now beginning to execute. It may be out of reach, who knows, but they are playing one down at a time as though the score is tied.
Johnny Majors, the dean of SEC coaches in his 15th year. Kelly has a man, complete to Fleming. He fumbles the ball, and Notre Dame recovers. Clark made the second hit. He's forced 2 fumbles today. Greg Davis, the recipient.
Oh, boy. Well, Fleming was trying to get more out of the play than Notre Dame was going to give him. So he reached up with the ball and tried to totally avoid a tackler. Didn't protect the ball. A nice job by Kelly, fitting it right in the zone. Now, Fleming's going to try to make a move and not protect the ball. He was trying to get more out of the play, really, than he should have. It's just too bad because Tennessee, with all its talent, is just self-destructing.
The power of intelligent engineering is routinely put to the test at Oldsmobile. And here's the result. Of all the Cutlass Sierras ever sold in the last 10 years, we can say 96% are still on the road. Safely say. Oldsmobile, the power of intelligent engineering.
Available now for $12,695 with Air and V6 engine.
You know what's smart? This Magnavox digital CD shelf system that's incredibly powerful, compact, but what's really smart is this Magnavox 8mm Easy Cam that weighs less than 2 pounds. But what's really brilliant is this 13-inch TV with a built-in VCR. But what's ingenious is this 31-inch with a smart window that lets you see other channels and swap the picture. You know what's smart? This Magnavox digital CD...
again.
Go away.
The ingenious products from Magnavox. They're smart, very smart.
Is your car shaking, rattling, or rolling? Whether it's alignment, shocks, or struts, Midas uses top technology to diagnose the problem and top technicians to fix it. For suspension or alignment, nobody beats Midas. Nobody.
Now at Little Caesars, Cheeser Cheeser. Two pizzas with extra cheese, up to 4 toppings, and free crazy bread for $8.98.
Teaser, teaser.
You could call one company to take your package to an address across town. And you could find somebody to take your package to any address cross-country. Then you could call a third outfit that could take your package overseas. And yet another that could take your package overnight. But there's only one company you could call if you only wanted to make one call.
Monday, the Fresh Prince gets wheels, but there's one problem. A guest star named Malcolm Jamal Warner.
What's the name of your insurance company? Your fault.
NBC Monday.
Senior Greg Davis falling on that fumble by Corey Fleming at the 41 of Notre Dame, denying Tennessee, trailing 24-7 the Volunteers, and that one through the hands of Derek Brown. Just a little too high from Meyer. David Bennett close for the Volunteers.
Nice call by the sideline, Lou Holtz. Receiver wide open, and Rick Meyer just throws the ball. That should have been caught. It was a very catchable ball, but Rick just threw the ball a little too high, I suppose. Well executed to the final catch.
Yeah, the players yesterday on both sides saying the cold hands, the rest of the body seems to stay warm. It's the hands that give you trouble.
Tennessee's got everybody up this time.
Meyer. Oh, that's no flag. Yeah, there it goes. It seemed to be an early hit by Jeremy Lincoln.
Lincoln went for the ball before it got there, but Meyer audible. Tennessee had everybody up. They were going to come after him, and immediately Meyer just went right to the slanting pattern inside to Smith. You see that the play on the ball was before the ball got there, so naturally it's interference.
It's closer on the replay than it seemed watching with the eye on the play, the actual play. Johnny Majors right in front of him. He didn't like it.
Defensive pass interference. 15 yards from the previous spot. First down.
First half possessions. Let's see how two teams are doing, Notre Dame and Tennessee. Notre Dame, a punt, and 2 touchdowns and a field goal. Of course, they got another touchdown on the long pass interception by Tom Carter. Meyer. Boy, what a block by Jerome Bettis on the middle linebacker, Sean Walker. Casey Rogers finally made the tackle.
Bettis is, they fake to Bettis. They have to play Bettis getting the ball. Now Bettis will come right down the field, and look at that cut block. Outside in, I haven't seen a better technique in years, NFL or college.
He can do it all, can't he, Bettis?
Very well coached, too. Very well coached.
Pickup of 8 yards on first down for the Irish.
Tom Beck, the running back coach, has just done a great job with these guys.
Whoops. Before the snap, lots of movement. Gene McGuire may have missed the count, the center. Oh, they call it against Tennessee. That'll be 5 more.
Foul. Defensive, offside, first down.
Bigfoot McGuire may have done something as he prepared for that snap. 14.5 size shoes. It's a part of his storyline, and his mother Judy, who wanted him desperately to come to Notre Dame, she got her wish. Now he's happy too. Meyer on a little quarterback draw, picks up 3 or 4. Walker, the tackler. There they are, 14.5, 15. In fact,
look at that.
When he was a little baby, his feet were so big that when Mama Judy sent the shoes to be bronze, they sent them right back. They said, these aren't baby shoes. We do only babies. We don't do bigger kids.
Oh, gee. The laces stop, and then the shoe keeps right on going.
He's grown into him. 6'4", 286. Oh, he was a stumble away. He had outside running room. He's to the 20-yard line, and Gene McGuire led the way, that big center.
Irv Smith, the tight end, did a great job. We don't see it, but McGuire coming straight off. Then Taylor scraping on his man. Just well executed all the way around. But Irv Smith had his linebacker driven totally 5 yards off the line of scrimmage.
Brooks having a big day, 10 from the century mark. And we've got 4:39 left in the opening half. Notre Dame 24, Tennessee 7. Bettis pulls his way inside the 10-yard line, carrying Ernest Fields with him. 31 yards today for Jerome.
What do you say? Look at Taylor, number 75. There's a huge hole. And Bettis has a way of just slowing down, chopping his steps, getting a field, then bursting with that power. Just great instincts.
Jerome third in the nation, major colleges in scoring proficiency. 16 touchdowns, but this is Rodney Culver to the 3, maybe the 2 before Fields can slam the door. Darrell Hardy to assist.
Well, Larry Lacewell, the defensive coordinator for Tennessee, has observed Lou Holtz for years. When Lou was at Arkansas. Larry was the head coach at Arkansas State. And he says in all that analysis, observation, evaluating, he still can't figure Lou out because Lou has got such a quick mind in play calling and play design. There just isn't any way to stereotype Lou Holtz.
Second and goal, the full house, and the pitch to Brooks. Knocked out of bounds at the yard-and-a-half. Dale Carter flashing over from his safety spot to deny a touchdown. Third and goal. Carter, whose brother is with the Minnesota Vikings, a rookie wide receiver, Jake Reed, played at Grambling.
I'll tell you, Carter is Eric Wright, who played, as you know, Dick, for the 49ers, a great cornerback. I believe Carter isn't a safety in the NFL. He's going to be a cornerback.
Third and goal. Bettis, touchdown, 6 for number 6. With his 13th touchdown on the ground, and to that 4 more catching and 17 on the year. He's only one away from tying the Notre Dame single season record of 18 held by Alan Pinkett.
Just the offensive line blowing people off the ball, then that power come right in behind it. And you know, this is a Tennessee team that really never loses in November and December. Never loses. They're 30-1 since 1984.
But they're 31-7 today.
People love the convenience of fax machines. What most of us don't like are funny paper faxes that curl up and are hard to read. That's why Xerox makes more kinds of plain paper fax machines than anyone else for documents that are easy to read and a pleasure to handle because they're on good old plain paper. Plain paper fax machines from Xerox, the way to put it together.
Putting it together.
Faxing, scanning, copying, printing. Xerox, the document company.
They want you. You at the meeting, you at the client dinner. You in 2 places at once, so you can't be held back by some preset limit on a bank card. Not you. What you need is something that's behind you, all the way. The card, the American Express card. Don't leave home without it.
This hand holds 2 reasons for you to can the leading aerosol deodorant. 1, better deodorant protection. 2, a better way to get it. New Shore Pro Pump. Better deodorant protection, more concentrated than an aerosol, and a better way to get it, with pumping power. So more goes where you need it, not into thin air. That's 2 powerful reasons to switch to new Pro Pump, but I'm only going to tell you once. For better deodorant protection, can the can, pump the Pro.
Oldsmobile knows that all your roads won't be sunny roads. That's why the all-new Oldsmobile 88 Royale LS offers you advanced traction engineering. The combination of anti-lock brakes, traction control, and road-holding front-wheel drive. The 3 elements to beat the elements. Oldsmobile, the power of intelligent engineering.
Now, get 2.9% APR financing for up to 48 months.
Sports stars, commercial endorsements. It's the proven formula for success. Why does Madison Avenue love the superstar athlete? Jock Spots, an NBC sports special. Today.
You know I don't have time for this.
Jerome Bettis, the sophomore fullback, with a Notre Dame scoring formula. 17 times in the end zone for Bettis, and now it's Hendrick kicking off to Carter. Weaves his way to the 22-yard line before Ryan Mahalko can make the tackle. Say, right after our Notre Dame game today, stay tuned. We've got an hour delightful fun for you. Jock spots, athletes in advertising. Sometimes they're good. Sometimes it takes a few of just those takes for them to get it right. I think you'll enjoy that.
The guy on the right, I bet, takes 20 takes to get one right.
But he finally completes the pass. Who is that fellow?
I have no idea.
It's like a Notre Dame guy.
Try to insert some former Notre Damer.
Kelly to the tight end, Von Reeves, toppled at the 29. Bill Walsh, in watching Notre Dame 6 times at home and their games on television on the road, this is by far their most impressive game against a quality opponent.
Well, it's like, I can try to compare it. It's like in years ago when European fighters would come in and fight American fighters, they'd be in a state of shock at the quickness. Well, that's what happened with Tennessee today. It's like the old NFC, AFC kind of thing. It's almost like Tennessee just isn't in the league with Notre Dame.
This is James Stewart, the freshman tailback to the 36-yard line. And you called it. The key was the team that played error-free football, and Tennessee is self-destructed against Florida and Alabama in their losses. They've committed 3 turnovers today, all 3 to quick Notre Dame touchdowns. 21 points off Tennessee turnovers.
Well, this is a test of character for the Tennessee program right now. If they can just play good, solid football, regardless of the score, keep their poise.
Fake draw. And then Kelly, a brilliant try by Craig Faulkner, but Jeff Burris jarred it free.
Oh, boy. Well, there was a case of Burris sitting in his own defense, watching the ball thrown and going to it. Faulkner not having any idea Burris is there. Now, if you were to coach this, you'd have had Faulkner sit down right in this hole. Sit down now. Stop, stop, stop. He keeps running right into Burris.
Meanwhile, Bill, my question is, where's Carl Pickens? He's caught 1 pass for 8 yards. What's Notre Dame doing to take him away? Stewart taken back by a solid defensive rush of the Irish. Very little gain, maybe a yard. There's Pickens coming into the huddle from Murphy, North Carolina. 1 catch, 8 yards for the star receiver in the entire SEC conference. 13 catches last year against Notre Dame to set a Tennessee record. Only 1 today.
Well, Ron Cooper, the defensive backfield coach for the Irish, has his guys playing exceptionally well, fundamentally sound.
Kelly scrambling and tackled from behind at the 45 by DeBose, and McDonald short of the first down by a yard and a half.
They're going to have to go for the first down here. They're going to have to go for it. Now you'll see Pickens coming right up the field on the inside, and look at 2 zone defenders just sitting there waiting. There's no way Pickens could have got that ball. Either you push past those guys or you set down in front of them, but he was right between them. That's good defense.
Timeout call by Johnny Majors. He's considering going for it. 4th down in his own end.
If you could be the executive producer, would you choose this event or this event? With the Olympics Triplecast, you'll get 24-hour coverage for 15 days on 3 cable channels. So now for the '92 Barcelona Olympics, you can choose your event. Call 1-800-OLYMPIC. The Olympics Triplecast, a whole new way to see the games.
Got stranded once. Never again.
Look, there's a reason more people go to Sears for a new battery than anywhere else.
Face another winner without a diehard? No way.
Only Sears has the Die Hard. In tests for cold cracking starting power, Die Hard performed 3 times better than industry standards.
Oh dear. If you don't have a Die Hard, you don't have a prayer.
Sears Die Hard battery. More power when you need it most.
Who's going to back you better than Sears?
31-7, Notre Dame with a shocking first half lead. Our Pennzoil aerial team today, pilot Al Davis, cameraman Lawrence Kiroff, looking down on one of the great football stadiums of this country with so much history. There you see in the background.
On the right side, Dick, is the DeBartolo Center, Edward DeBartolo Center. I think he committed over $30 million to Notre Dame. He's an alumnus. And there's that beautiful facility for fine arts that is being developed.
4th and 1. This is it for Tennessee. They give up the ball in their own end if they don't make it. And they don't. It was Bursic stopping the quarterback, and then DeBose hit the trail man, and Notre Dame takes it on downs.
A simple down-the-line option play, and Kelly's not ready quick enough. You see, he's not ready quick enough to get that ball out. Now when he throws it late, of course, it's too late. You've got everybody there, Demetrius in particular. You had 3 Notre Dame people sitting and waiting for it. So Kelly was late deciding. He wasn't quick enough getting that ball out there.
31-7, and now with 1 minute 7 seconds left, Notre Dame a chance to strike for more. Culver. Rodney Culver. All the way to the 9-yard line.
Great to be a running back at Notre Dame this season. Now watch Culver. Now he gets to use his natural instincts. Look at that break. Now he'll switch the downfield block. Watch, he'll switch the ball, use the straight arm, try to get everything he can out of the play.
His longest run of the year, Culver with 34 on that gallop. It's 1st and goal Notre Dame with 58 seconds left in the half. An awesome display. Bettis is inside the 5. Barely. Sean Walker 45, 23 Fields in on the stop, and timeout called by Rick Meyer. Stops the clock with 51 seconds left in the half. My, oh my. Let's go to Doc.
You know, Dick, obviously Irish fans are enjoying this game in this country, but it's also telecast internationally to some 19 countries in 4 different languages to some 22 million people. I just have this image of people in Great Britain having their late tea in the evening and watching this game live, Notre Dame football. Other parts of the world, early morning, people watching Irish football. Back to you.
All right, having a little cucumber sandwich, one of those little tea sandwiches, and Jerome Bettis. Set him down. He'd take the whole cart. Just bring that dessert cart out to Jerome. He's earned it. In fact, as Bettis in scoring position, if he should score on this drive, it'd give him 7 straight games with 2 touchdowns or more. Meanwhile, looking ahead to tomorrow, Messrs. Kelly and Thomas and Reed and Lofton and that gang from Buffalo, the Bills, go to Milwaukee against the Green Bay Packers, and that will be one of our premier games. An NBC doubleheader starts with Bob Costas and the gang. NFL Live at 12:30. Most of you will see Buffalo, Green Bay, others Pittsburgh, Cincinnati early, or the Colts against the Jets. Jets with playoff ambitions. Then the 4 o'clock half of the doubleheader. Most of you Raiders in Denver. Kansas City will be at Anaheim against the Rams, and Seattle goes to San Diego. Starts at 12:30 tomorrow.
Well, that Raider-Denver game, what a series they have.
Could be a continuation of their intense rivalry. Meyer.
Throw it away.
Instead, he eats it at the 15. A huge loss as Chuck Smith would just not let him get away, and Chris Mims, the other defensive end, had him pinned at the other side as Smith has his 7th sack of the season.
Meyer has a play or 2 a game like this where they're just the experience, and this is the kind of thing he can learn from. But holding that ball too long, a week ago it was a fumble related to the same kind of thing. Just 1 or 2 plays.
That it's okay to just give it up, throw it away, throw it through the end zone.
Yeah. Now he's got great scrambling ability.
Now you tell us as we watch it, where should he have thrown it away? Exactly what point would you?
Now there's a mix-up somewhere because he didn't want to go that direction. He wanted to fake, and apparently the back went the wrong way. Now at this point, Rick, it's gone. The play's over with. Play's over with. You see, and you can't take your eye off the receivers and start watching the guys chasing you. Once you do that, you're in deep trouble. All you are now is a running back.
So now it's 3rd and goal from the 15 as the Irish spent a timeout to stop the clock. 40 seconds left in the half. Notre Dame leading 31-7, trying to ice it right here.
You'd think that Lou Holtz will go for the middle of the field and get 3 more points before the half runs out.
Meyer into the end zone. Incomplete. Tony Smith at the 1-yard line. Slipped as he tried to go for the ball, and the flag is down. And Notre Dame will be moved back 10 more yards. And Johnny Majors said decline the penalty. Majors would rather force Notre Dame to kick the 3. Doesn't want to give him a chance at another throw.
Well, I don't know about that one. He doesn't have an awful lot of confidence in his defense. I suppose we can't blame him. But you can take Notre Dame really out of field goal position.
Holding, offense, penalty decline, 4th down.
Bill McDonald of the Big East is the referee. It's a mixed crew, half from the Big East, half from the Southeastern Conference. So Craig Hentrick, it gives you an idea how powerful the offense has been to complete the job that Hentrick has only had to try 7 field goals, and a rare time for him, 2 in 1 game. He connected from 32, but this is a 32, and it's blocked by Tennessee. So finally a big play by the defense of the Vols, and they still have the ball. And now Miley's in the open. Only one man to beat. Could go all the way. Floyd Miley. All the way for a touchdown. Oh, my. Majors and the Tennessee fans finally have something to cheer. A dramatic score in the final seconds of the half. The Irish have an injured player on the field. Watch Hentrick, 28. Ball comes back to him, and somebody must really block him hard.
It looked like Darryl Hardy was the man that blocked the field goal. Came inside the up back.
Can't see where Hentrick got hit, but he's still down at the 25, so they can't try the extra point until he is attended to. Hentrick, that one smothered right off his foot. Doc?
And Bill Walsh, you will appreciate this. One of the Tennessee coaches just before that block, Bob Gorman, yelled out onto the field to one of the defensive backs. He said, field goal block left. And sure enough, presto, field goal block from the left side, taken back for a touchdown. Incredible.
Darryl Hardy, it looked as though he came inside the so-called up back and was unblocked. And of course, he's a truly quick athlete. Now, this hurts for the future if anything goes wrong with Hentrick, because what a weapon he is in a close game. Say next week, Penn State, a bowl game.
Not just field goals, his punting. Remember, way back in the summer, Lou Holtz, we talked about the whole team. He said, you haven't talked to me about my big star. And he meant Hentrick.
Well, there he is. He's sort of lost in there looking for the ball. And he just gets tripped, and people fall on his legs.
Yeah. Now the extra point try by Tennessee's freshman John Bexford. It's through. And the combination of Darryl Hardy's block and a fine run by cornerback Floyd Miley gives the Volunteers hope. Instead of it being 34-7 at the half, 31-14, and within range of a team that can strike so quickly through the air.
And Craig Hentrick, this is a blow to possible national title for the Irish, because close bowl games, a game against Penn State, you've got to have that field goal, and the punting, as you point out, is one of the finest kickers and punters in college football.
You see Rob Leonard, a sophomore from Decatur, Georgia, warming up. He's a walk-on kicker, and suddenly he is cast into a very important chapter in this season's book. 31-14, 14 seconds left. Well, Johnny Majors did know what he was doing in forcing him to go for that quick field goal. Joey Chapman kicks it off. Cosmic Clint Johnson, number 8. He's got some speed. They may not kick this one deep with only 14 seconds left. Well, high scoring, was expected today. And turnovers have been key. Tennessee capitalizing quickly on the blocked field goal, just as the Irish have. An interception returned for a touchdown. 2 fumbles led to others. Kick it down to Rodney Culver. And Culver all the way to the 41-yard line before Kendrick Jones can make the tackle.
Well, knowing what a very severe coach Lou Holtz is with errors in the kicking game, there's going to be some concern among the staff as to who was at fault on that one, because Lou just can't tolerate those kinds of errors, those self-destructing errors. And that's, of course, why he's become one of the great coaches in the game.
Now
just
strives for perfection. You hear him say that week after week. Give to Brooks. Tony Brooks over the 100 mark in the first half. But as the half comes to an end, he's dragged down at the 37-yard line. Tracy Smith, the tackler, and so it goes 31-14 at the midpoint. And that's Rick Meyer leading the offense. And but for that blocked field goal, Tennessee would be going back to the locker room wondering, do we have any hope? They do. That had to be a huge emotional lift. Let's go to John Dockery.
Dick, I'm with Johnny Majors. And Johnny, that last touchdown give you a little hope for the second half?
Well, certainly more hope than what we'd had. But I'm pleased because we kept fighting them, because we've been very good to them. And they're too darn good a football team to be good to 3 turnovers in our part. And we finally got one there, which was a major turnover. We've got our work cut out for us without question. Our defense is not slowing them down very much. I think they're one of the best offensive teams in the country. So we'll see what happens. That certainly gives us hope. I was hoping that we'd continue to fight them, which we have to. We got another long half.
Thank you, Coach. Good luck to you in the second half. Okay.
One of the real gentlemen of collegiate sports, Johnny Majors, a past president, in fact, of the American Coaching Association. That's it at halftime, 31-14. We go to New York and Gail Gardner.
You know, I have been cueing the band all year long from over on the side, and somebody found out that I really wanted to do it, and they're giving me this opportunity. So right now, we'd like to do a little something that we've been working on all week. It's by Gershwin. It's called Summertime. So if you're ready, we're ready. We're going to take it away. Ready?
.270-piece marching band, University of Notre Dame, directed by Luther Snavely and Ahmad Rashad. from Porgy and Best. Summertime. Hardly that today, although that warm sun does feel good. 40 degrees the temperature after sub-freezing weather all week long here in Michiana. 31-14 at halftime, Bill. And the Irish, as you predicted, on the ground, 232 yards rushing, seemed unstoppable. A very positive half for Lou Holtz until the final seconds, and then a critical play.
Well, Daryl Hardy came from the inside on a block for the field goal, and he got there, and he brought Tennessee back within some distance. But I'm naive to college football. Notre Dame's been awesome. Look at Daryl Hardy, number 87, coming inside on the right, a good clean block. And then Hendrick, number 28, not used to the contact part of football, is sort of standing around and gets sort of run over. So you'll see number 28, one of the fine kickers in the game in college football, sort of standing there, not alert, and finally people just sort of trample him, and I don't know what the damage was to a leg, but boy, could he hurt if the Irish were to lose him this year.
Hendrick, one of the top punters, and could be the all-time career punter for Notre Dame. And here he comes back on the field. Doesn't look that good. Let's get an updated report from John Dockery.
You know, Dick, I just talked to the doctor as he came out of the locker room, and he said it's not serious. He said Craig was kicked in the right shin when he was attempting to make the tackle. He's going to come out and try to kick, so it does not look like a serious injury. Back to you.
Oh, that's good news for Irish fans, and of course for the fans of Craig Hendrick, that while he's limping, it's not because of a knee or ankle injury, but as any of us would, with a solid kick in the shins, we'd be doing the Irish jig. 31-14 for Tennessee. That blocked field goal in the final seconds, leading to an 85-yard touchdown return by Floyd Miley, giving Tennessee, and Johnny Majors expressed it well, at least some hope. Volunteers get the ball first in the second half. They had deferred after winning the toss at the start of the game, and here comes Dale Carter. Met at the 27-yard line by Ryan Mahalko.
Today's Notre Dame football game is presented to you by Craftsman, a line of 1,600 hand tools made in America and guaranteed forever. Craftsman, only at Sears.
Dick Enberg with Bill Walsh and John Dockery. We welcome you to the start of the second half. 31-14, Notre Dame going for its 8th consecutive win. Andy Kelly drills it underneath, almost intercepted. DeBose had it fall in his lap for a moment as Craig Faulkner could not hang on.
Well, it's going to take a series of completions by Tennessee just to control the ball, keep their poise, and if they can get within 21 points late in the game, they may have a chance. But again, you see Faulkner just take his eye off the ball. He knows he's going to get hit. I don't blame him.
That's the tight end, Mark Adams, with a short gainer. Craig Hendrick, after kicking off the ball, meandered downfield, favoring that injured shin. This is the kickoff to start the second half.
Well, as we've pointed out, now that sort of smarts, you can see that, but we pointed out, now he can be the difference in the national championship. One field goal, one very, very skilled punt, and without him, there would be a problem. Looks like he's okay.
3rd and 5, sidelines. It is not a completed pass. It was caught by Corey Fleming, but his foot was out of bounds as he caught it.
Well, that's just self-destruct. Fleming was open, but also on the inside, Hayden was wide open for a big gain. Now this ball just drops where it really can't be caught. And earlier we talked about Rick Meyer keeping that ball above the shoulders for the receiver. Well, that time Kelly let it drop to the point the receiver really couldn't account for it. Those kinds of things are just have plagued Tennessee all year, and I'm sure they're frustrating to one of the best coaches I've seen, John Majors.
Only the second punt for Hutton, as both teams have been able to move the ball. Turnovers have been the key. Jeff Burris is deep for the Irish at the 26-yard line, trailing by this much, and Johnny Majors has a lot of trick plays. You've got to be alert. Hutton's going to kick it. The left footer sends a beauty to Burris at the 29. Gets a block, but a flag down with it as Burris tackled at the 45 by David Bennett. Flag at the 35-yard line, a possible illegal block. Flipping against the Irish, so let's look at the first half statistics while we have a moment.
Boy, look at that. Notre Dame 295 yards in one half, rushing 233. Now that's just total domination. I'm sort of naive to college football, but as I watch Notre Dame, I see the execution here that in many cases you fail to see in the National Football League.
Really?
It's just a machine-like fundamental football team with great talent, no question about it. But they make so little error, all the details covered, but to dominate that line of scrimmage for 233 yards in one half against the top defense in the Southeastern Conference.
Jerome Bettis, first man on the option, and Shazan Bradley, number 40, makes the stop after a good pickup on first down out to about the 28-yard line. Now, some fans, Bill Walsh, that comment you made about the Irish being, their execution being at an NFL level, going to say, boy, that Walsh, after only 6 home games, he's already an Irish man.
Well, I'm a fan of football, as you know. Being around it so many years, I totally enjoy watching this team execute.
Bettis, the big guy from Detroit, bowls over a couple guys and gets to the 34 and a first down. Darryl Hardy, the tackler, along with Chris Mims. The rushing star in the first half was senior Tony Brooks. Brooks, 13 carries and 109 yards. Bettis used more sparingly. As you look at Tony now, he's in the same backfield with Bettis. First down at the 34.
What a pleasure for a running back at Notre Dame with that offensive line blocking, that Joe Moore offensive line. And these running backs get a chance to break and then use their skills and their innate abilities.
Little misdirection, and then Brooks across the 35, a short gainer. Ernest Fields and Darryl Hardy. That Fields, number 23, is a solid tackler, a senior from Milan, Tennessee. He was the most valuable player in the Kentucky-Tennessee High School All-Star game as a running back. He gained, as a senior, over 2,000 yards running the football. Built a lot like Jerome Bettis.
Well, his high school coach, John Tucker, thought he'd be a running back all the way, but he got a little bit big for it, and he's become a fine linebacker.
Bettis having trouble hearing Meyer, and finally Meyer has to spend a timeout. A confusion timeout for Notre Dame with 12 minutes and 22 seconds showing on the clock. Third period, Irish by 17.
There's a first time for everything. Your first love, first kiss, first date, first job, and your first new car. For more people, that first new car is Chevy Cavalier. A simple, solid value that'll get you through the changes until the next first time. The cars more people depend on.
That's today's Chevrolet.
Indianapolis, Daytona, Talladega, Pomona, Baja. Why do we go to such distant places to put Craftsman tools to the test? If you're going to guarantee a tool forever, it's got to take the torture even guys like you dish out. 1,600 Craftsman hand tools, made in America, guaranteed forever, only at Sears. Besides, this kind of testing is fun.
I think they'll have shampoo there.
We might not have Head & Shoulders.
We're only going to be gone a week.
Right, a week. Head & Shoulders helps take care of the condition that causes flakes every day, because you never know. You know?
Head & Shoulders, because you never get a second chance to make a first impression.
Some people perspire.
We sweat.
The only protection for us?
New Ara XX Sports Scent.
It's the only leading sports solid that doesn't leave a white flaky mess.
New Ara XX Sports Scent helps keep us extra
dry.
Notre Dame football is brought to you by Chevrolet, the heartbeat of America, the cars more people depend on. By Xerox, the document company. By Ara XX Antiperspirant, helps keep you extra dry. And by the U.S. Army, learn how to get an edge on life. Be all you can be.
Back to play after that timeout. Rick Meyer squaring away the call and comes out in a triple left formation. Only Bettis in the backfield, and it's Bettis the fullback, hit from behind. Chris Mims slashing through along with Ernest Fields.
On occasion, that Tennessee quickness really helps. Mims, in this case, 6'6", 261. Now, here is potentially a #1 draft choice. Chuck Smith on the other side, potentially a #1 draft choice. Very quick, no question about it. But again, they take the wrong side of the block on occasion and open up huge holes.
On 3rd and 9. To Brooks. Gets a block from McGuire, but well read by the Tennessee defense, and they stop Brooks shy of a first down at the 40. J.J. Surlis and Daryl Harder on the tackle, and Craig Hendrick is going to come in to punt.
Well, this is really one of the first times we've seen Tennessee absolutely stop a drive.
Check that it isn't Hendrick. It's Jim Sexton who will do the punting. He is the backup punter, a graduate student now, senior from South Bend, Indiana. Sexton has kicked 5 times this year, usually the pooch punts. Dale Carter deep, not too deep. He's at the 25. Uh-oh, bad kick off the side of the foot. Gets a Notre Dame roll, however, to the 29-yard line. A 31-yard kick for Sexton. Tennessee with the ball. Plenty of time, trailing by 2 touchdowns plus.
This Joe Montana winning moment is brought to you by Nuprin. Nupid with Nuprin, the body pain medicine. October 1975, Indian summer in North Carolina. 90-degree heat, but no one hotter than Joe Montana. Called on late in the game, the sophomore had a miracle ready. Montana lifts the Irish over the Tar Heels to complete another of Joe Montana's winning moments.
It's football time. Your ball, Joe. I'm hurting, Jimmy. I did it. You can do it. This isn't tennis. This is football pain. My doc says ibuprofen for body pain. The medicine in Nuprin. My trainer, same thing. So Nupid. Nupid. Nupid with Nuprin. Strong stuff. Just takes one. Cheer up, Joe. There's always tennis. Yeah, Jimmy? You think I'm old enough?
For back, joint, or muscle pain.
Nupid.
Nupid.
With Nuprin.
The body pain medicine.
It's the best of Saturday Night Live with Madonna.
Not.
Steve Martin, Tom Hanks, Sting, R.E.M. and more this week.
10:56 left in the 3rd period. Tennessee first possession of the 2nd half. And some good running by freshman Aaron Hayden. Demetrius DeBose tripped him up. First down gain of nearly 8 yards. On the sidelines, 99, Troy Ridgely. You've seen those helicopter shots. Ridgely, a terrific story. Boy, you talk about feeling. Ridgely was dismissed from Notre Dame for a test violation, a classroom examination violation, and stayed here in South Bend. We'll continue it after this play. Hayden looks to have the first down at the 40-yard line. Flanagan made the tackle. First down, Tennessee. Ridgely said a year ago he was out of school. He was sweeping a sidewalk, working on a lawn in downtown South Bend, and he saw the blimp go overhead in the big game against I think it was Stanford. So, and he said, boy, oh boy, that's when I decided, even though I could have gone other schools and played 2 years, I was going to fight it through. His parents were upset with him. His father wouldn't talk with him for a while. Big hit on Craig Faulkner as DeBose delivers a gain painfully of about 5. And Ridgely, he said, then I thought I'd made my grades up and everything seemed okay after the fall semester, and applied for school. And they said, no, I think Notre Dame says, we think we'd like to wait another semester and see how you do. So then he had to go through another 4 or 5 months of agony, and it wasn't through summer school. And finally, this fall, readmitted. So he didn't play football for a year and a half. You think this young guy, Ridgely, isn't loving this season? He earned it and learned his lessons. Finally, Pickens with a catch in the open and has a first down at the 35 of Notre Dame. Good move, 20-yard gain.
Well, they finally got him the ball on a slant, and this is where he'd be at his best. People have likened him to Jerry Rice of the 49ers. Same size, same kind of foot movement, and he's been really shut down nicely today, but he did show some of his ability. They feel that he'd be among the first 20 players picked in the draft. this next year.
100 catches in his Tennessee career. He's a junior, but many feel he'll come out for the draft this season. Aaron Hayden, and Doug Bowes makes another big hit.
You know, talking originally, he lived by himself, almost in isolation from family, from friends in his hometown, all by himself, and just had to live through a sort of a disaster.
Couldn't go home, stayed here alone, away from his team, away from Notre Dame.
His parents were embarrassed, and he made a mistake. But that's the format at Notre Dame. But he's come back, he's gotten an extra chance, and he's doing fine.
Finally, Kelly, with all that time, couldn't find an open man. A fine pass defense that covered every possible white jersey, and Kelly couldn't find the open man and throws it away.
It looked as though early on Pickens could have gotten the ball. It's the top of the screen. There's a roll-up zone. You see the zone defender. There he is in that seam, or that fade pattern they called it, but Kelly just didn't see him. You can see him so frustrated. That was a chance to get right down in there.
Pickens now in the slot left.
Blitz, safety blitz.
Oh, Kelly had to hurry and overthrows Faulkner.
Willie Clark right up the middle, perfectly timed safety blitz, and Kelly, in a sense, was distracted by it. If he had just concentrated on his receiver, he could have gotten the ball away. It's really unfortunate. You'd have to assume they're going to go for it on 4th down. It's a critical play.
4th down and 5. 8:26 left in the 3rd period. 7 defensive backs employed by Notre Dame.
3 men rushing, everybody else dropping off. You see that line of defenders about the 25-yard line.
Kelly complete. J.J. McCleskey, and it's a 1st down at the 17 for Tennessee.
Well, you know J.J. would sooner or later come through. Now here's a guy, 5'7", 165 pounds, a walk-on player from Carnes High School right in Knoxville. He came over to the campus continuously, was in the football camps, but wasn't offered a scholarship. Size was a factor, but he's really been a fire plug for this team and a real leader. He came in without scholarship and has really helped the ball club.
That's his first catch today, 25 on the year. Greg Davis got a hand on the jersey first of Aaron Hayden, who fought for a couple of extra yards inside the 15-yard line.
Notre Dame just stretched that play out all the way to the sideline. You see everybody just working to the outside right in front of his Carter, protecting his area. Look at that team pursuit.
10th play of this Tennessee drive. Trailing 31-14. Hayden, big hole. And he's inside the 5. 1st and goal, Volunteers.
Nice cutback, beautiful cutback play. Hayden will start right and then break back, and there's an excellent job by Fisher, the center, in picking up Bursich. He walls him right out of the play. Finally, Holden comes back in to make the play, but a nicely executed play.
At the 4-yard line, Hayden, the leading rusher on the season with 440 yards, plus 62 today. And he leads Tennessee in touchdowns with 6. Kelly, touchdown, tight end Von Reeves. And Tennessee is back in this game.
They came right out, got into a goal line offense with 3 backs, 2 tight ends. Reeves, the tight end on the right, bounces off a defender, then's in the hole. And down in behind it, McDonald apparently should have held him up a little bit longer, allowing them to release, nobody there to cover.
Try for point by Bexford. And the freshman hits it down the middle, and it's a 31-21 game as Tennessee goes 71 yards in 11 plays.
They named her Lucky Lady. But it'll take sweat, not luck, to get her flying again. And you need a deodorant you can depend on. Old Spice deodorant actually helps stop odor before it starts by killing odor-causing bacteria on contact. 99%. That's odor prevention you can count on with the clean scent of Old Spice.
Could I tear you away from your lady friend?
Old Spice deodorant. It does a number on odor-causing bacteria, 99%.
My hands were steady, my eyes were clear and bright.
Chevy owners get all the breaks.
My walk had purpose, my steps were quick and light. And I held firm to what I felt was right, like a rock.
Every 92 Chevy pickup, Astro, Suburban, and Blazer gives you anti-lock brakes standard. Chevrolet, the trucks you can depend on, the trucks that last.
Oh, like a rock.
'Twas the night before Christmas, and all through their dreams, action-packed radio-controlled toys from Radio Shack. The Black Phantom off-roader is super hot. The new 4x4 truck takes charge on the hills. You'll own the road with the jumbo turbo van. Blast off with the exciting turbosonic off-roader.
Wow, cool.
Radio-controlled toys from $9.95 for dreams come true at
Radio Shack, America's technology store.
This is not a surprise. You knew you were going to have to pick up the tab. But then 6 more people showed up. Not the time to run up against a preset limit on a bank card. That would be embarrassing. But you can handle this. Instead of worrying, you order more wine. The card, the American Express card. Don't leave home without it.
Greg Norman, Lee Trevino, Hale Irwin, and more take to the beautiful shores of Maui, the Ping Kapalua International, next Saturday.
A picture postcard from the Notre Dame campus. A beautiful day in South Bend. Those aerials brought to you by Pennzoil Motor Oil. 31-21. The Irish had led 31-7 before the block field goal that was run for a touchdown. Tennessee with high hopes now. It's Burris picking it up. And he gets to the 36-yard line. Reeves fighting his own teammates for the forum.
Those guys better get their attention back on the ball game. There's a lot more going on than that camera.
First touchdown of the year for Reeves. Meyer setting his line, Bettis, and Brooks behind him. Bettis. The big man who can run it and catch it and block for it has 24 yards. First down at the Tennessee 39.
A beautiful job of sneaking Bettis out of the backfield. They've done that before very, very nicely. And this is the kind of thing that Larry Lacewell was worried about, because sneaking a back out of the backfield after everybody's dropped into their zones, well called by Lou Holtz. He just goes after you. He doesn't hold back.
The option to Brooks. Well done is coming up to make the hit Chuck Smith, but from the secondary, it was Jeremy Lincoln.
Lincoln's a 10-3 sprinter. This is one of the advantages Tennessee has in recruiting, because they've got a wonderful track program. And if there's a combination of any kind, track and field combination, they generally win out in the recruiting wars.
Willie Gold, part of that, both football and track. Tennessee, the NCAA champions last year. Meyer stretched out. Gets it to Lake Dawson, and Dawson has a first down at the 26. David Bennett made the tackle, and Johnny Majors wondering, how can we stop this Notre Dame offense?
Well, Meyer just strings this out very, very nicely. He knows where he's going to throw the ball. You see him just holding it, and at the last second, he just drops it off on the move to his receiver. Now, that's just, Lake Dawson was right in position as the outlet receiver.
What a beautiful camera shot. Dawson and Meyer in the picture the whole time. That was classic. John Gonzalez, our director. David Michaels, our producer from Notre Dame. And Bettis hopscotching into the 19-yard line.
Aaron Taylor again Lindsey Knapp again pushing their guys right off the line of scrimmage. Now Taylor is a 280-pound sophomore. Can you think of the day that Joe Rich, the famous guard for Notre Dame, played at 185 pounds? What a difference the game has evolved to over the years. 100 pounds difference.
Meyer changing his play. The quickie complete. William Pollard, his second catch of the season, this junior from Fort Knox, Kentucky. Lincoln stopped a touchdown after Lincoln had slipped. First and goal for the Fighting Irish at the Tennessee 6-yard line.
First and goal, Irish at the 6.
Beautiful stuff.
There's that 2 tight ends, full house backfield. At the 5-yard line, they automatically go into it. Changing the play.
And they may have gone over the 25-second count. Mims and Culver talking about their future next year. Say, where do you think you'd like to play in the NFL?
Well, you know, Notre Dame plays almost flawless football from the standpoint of
That was procedure.
Yeah. Just flawless when it comes to those kinds of altercations. Have you noticed? Just clean, hard-hitting football, and the opposition basically the same.
Dead ball. Ball start. Offense. 5-yard penalty. Repeat the down.
Apparently during the week, Bill, there was some confusion down in Tennessee about how Notre Dame fans felt regarding their visit down there last year. And the consensus is it was a great experience. They enjoyed it, loved the game, and that's been turned around a bit. As Bettis knocked down hard at the 9-yard line, Shazan Bradley, Ernest Fields, and Lou Holtz wanted to make it clear that he thought that was one of the finest games and experiences for his players and fans of several seasons, and he just hoped Tennessee folks were treated as hospitably here at Notre Dame today.
Well, emotions run strong amongst the supporters, the fans, not so much the students, but the supporters in the community and in the state. And any little thing can set people off.
Second and goal from the 9. Bettis. Oh, boy, like a truck he hit that line. Moved the pile. Sean Walker and Fields and others bring him down at the 4-yard line.
Well, Notre Dame, that play put so much stress on the lineman because Meyer can keep the ball. So he's handing off to Bettis, but you notice people sort of sitting there to see if Meyer pulls it out and keeps it himself. It's a great combination. You've got Meyer as a fine runner, and of course Bettis is a great running back.
Big time collision on that tackle. At the 4-yard line, 3rd and goal. Will it be Bettis or Brooks? Brooks hit early. It was Darrell Hardy who invaded the backfield, slowed him down, and Shazan Bradley finished him off. 4th and goal, and here comes Hendrick and the field goal team. Duck.
Hey, Dick, I was just watching Craig Hendrick on the sidelines. He was kicking. That leg is bothering him a little bit. He was kicking reasonably well, but he kept shaking his head as though he were not satisfied with something. But he's out there to give it a shot for a field goal right now.
This no more than an extra point, 20 yards. And it just does go through very low, but successful, and Hendrick limps off with 3 points in the bank as the Irish build their lead to 13 points with 2:08 left. Let's take another look, Bill.
The rush is coming from the right this time, and they're not quite getting there. Now Hendrick is struggling. There must be a lot of pain involved. And he's showing a lot of courage, and this is people wonder about kickers. Well, this guy's a man. This guy's a competitor.
Tennessee, though, within 2 touchdowns.
Getting to know you. Everybody's different. Different looks, different tastes, different lifestyles. That's why Geo offers you a choice. Geo Metro, Geo Storm, Geo Prism, and Geo Tracker. So pick your favorite and get to know Geo. Right around the corner at your Chevrolet Geo dealers. Getting to know you.
tired, Charlie.
Come on, they're falling apart out there.
One last time, and you can write your own ticket, Jack.
It's blank.
A lot of people betting this place won't make it. They say you've forgotten how to work together. I don't have any easy answers, but I do know this. Together, we have a story to tell, and we're going to tell it right here.
By bit, putting it together.
Every company has a story to tell. Every person a contribution to make. It's the document that helps put it all together.
You all feel good about this?
Yes.
So do I.
Putting it together.
Good job, Jack. Come on back.
I think I'm going to stay, Charlie.
Putting it together.
Faxon, copying, printing. Xerox, the document company.
When the team leader puts you in charge for the first time, that's when you find out how good you really are.
Aspen Cologne for men. Aspen, now.
The Raiders shooting for the top. The Broncos riding a Rocky Mountain high. Sunday.
Back at Notre Dame, a very short kick by Craig Hendrick to the 22-yard line. And out to the 38-yard line goes Kendrick Jones for Tennessee. Rod Smith made the tackle. John Dockery.
We talked a lot about the Notre Dame defense and how young it is. And it's interesting to watch a team under adversity. The defense gives up a score, and then they come off the field. Gary Donat talks to him a little bit, doesn't rip into him or anything, but afterwards, Demetrius DeBose goes over to Willie Clark and talks about mental mistakes, talks about signals, talks about keeping the team together and pulling it together. And that's the kind of leadership that this Notre Dame defense needs. And here's Craig Hendrick coming off the field right after he kicked that ball. I don't know if you saw it. He limped noticeably, and here he comes off the field again. I see the doctor going over to check him out. I'm going over to check out what's going on. I'll be back in a bit, guys.
Okay, Doc. Obvious pain suffered by Hendrick. Kelly trying to deliver his own form of pain to that defense of the Irish, unable to make connections with Ronald Davis, #1, a freshman from Bartlett, Tennessee. 2nd and 10 for Tennessee, who are in a position here late in the 3rd quarter. With a touchdown strike, they could go within 6 points of the Irish.
Well, they're still alive, and they are dangerous. Because we saw, as we pointed out earlier, any number of special plays that they could spring and maybe get lucky with, or just continue to complete a series of short passes.
Draw play. Aaron Hayden, some good running by Hayden. They had him trapped. DeBose had him at the line of scrimmage, and he squirmed away. Nearly a first down, and might be close enough for a measurement.
His style is so much different than the Notre Dame backs. Hayden will stop and start on you. And you see him break to the outside, and he can stop and start. See that? Nice move. Then, of course, he keeps leg drive. Just a freshman. So you've got to figure there's a big career sitting out there.
He told us he thinks his strength is seeing the field very well. Did a good job there. Certainly saw DeBose and gave him an excellent move as they measure for a first down. It'll be short and bring up 3rd and that much. Well, next week, Penn State, and then the Irish conclude their season at Hawaii. Fans out in the islands watching will get to see this fine Notre Dame team. Now, instead of the shin, apparently it's the knee they've been looking at. Maybe more serious than first thought. Well, you know well, Bill Walsh, how important the reliability of the kicking game is essential.
Well, we had Ray Wersching for so many years in the 49ers, and he basically took us to the Super Bowl in 1981.
3rd and inches, and Kelly, boy, the door slammed in Kelly's face. Carl McGill, 89, was one of those, along with Brian Young and Troy Ridgely. Just submarine, and just nothing there for Kelly.
Well, Notre Dame had a good scouting report because they just got down underneath that quarterback sneak. They were just going to play for the sneak. And look at the number of people all over that ball. They're going to have to go for it, of course.
Yeah, they're going to probably bring in the chains again on the official measurement. It looks to be short based on the down marker across the way. If that is accurate, it's short. About a half a yard. He lost a few inches on that sneak.
They'll just have to get it back and go right up over the top to get it. And that's their best bet. And I'm sure they have a play like that with Hayden carrying the ball.
Meanwhile, Craig Hendrick, as you saw back through the tunnel, it appears his day is finished. And for the Irish, will it be more than this game? Power backfield, two fullbacks, and Hayden. No, it's Stewart. And little man James Stewart has the first down at the 50-yard line. Got the nickname from his father as he grew up. Here's my little man, and it stuck with him right through his freshman matriculation at Tennessee.
Notre Dame went right to a goal line defense. You rarely see that. They put in that group that plays only when backed along their own end zone, and right in the middle of the field they used it because they were just going to stop it, and over the top did it. Stewart over the top.
40 seconds left in the third period. Notre Dame leads 34-21. Kelly to the tight end Mark Adams, and a first down at the Irish 39-yard line. They'll mark it at the 40. Here's Hendrick coming up. You see the sign, play like a champion today. That's the last thing players see as they go out to the field before the game. Then back into here's the shot from our unmanned camera into the Notre Dame dressing room. And he is obviously, as he pulls off the gear, done for the day. First down Tennessee, 13-12. Chance for a play before the gun ending the third quarter. Fake to Stewart. Fumble. And Notre Dame's Troy Ridgely has it. Brian Young from the blind side. No, it was Demetrius DeBose on the blind side that forced the fumble.
Well, Kelly thinks he was throwing the ball. Of course, he has no recourse now, but he felt he was in a throwing motion. Let's take a look. Now he's going to try to throw a slant over to the right to Pickens. Oh, boy, he was in the process of throwing, but that's just the official's call.
And that is the end of the third quarter as Kelly with Tennessee and Notre Dame territory hit by DeBose.
He was just starting to throw, but you'd have to call it a fumble.
The Irish recover. The end of 3. Johnny Major's team so close, they're really tightening this game. We'll return for the fourth period after these messages from your local station.
I want to be a good father. He's a late-night success with a personal failure.
You can't help everybody you want to help. That's the problem.
She was Miss America.
I'm an incest survivor.
Her dark secret helped Roseanne speak out.
She broke the silence.
Marilyn Van Derber, Arsenio Hall, Patrick Swayze. Go First Person with Maria Shriver, NBC Tuesday.
You know my son-in-law, Bob Morris. He and his friend Bill Lake own Victory Chevy in Amherst. Chevrolet just announced cancellation of its popular AAA 6-option package. Before that was done, Victory Chevy in Amherst ordered 100 of these bargain trucks. Tomorrow, these air-conditioned trucks are only $89.99. They're arriving daily, and when they're gone, there'll be no more at $89.99. Better hurry and ask for my cookies.
Victory Chevy Olsen Geo on Route 58.
In Amherst, Ohio.
Take a good look. See braces? Hardly, because there are no metal brackets. Just an almost invisible appliance that blends with your teeth. Clear braces are available at Family Dental Center, located in all Sears stores throughout northeastern Ohio. Braces start at $1,600. Clear braces slightly higher. Fees for complex cases may vary. We offer a no down payment plan, or a 24-month payment plan, or a custom payment plan. The Family Dental Center, located in all Sears stores throughout northeastern Ohio.
Everyone's always loved fresh draft beer. Unfortunately, it only came in one size. But now
Now there's OM Genuine Draft Light, with the smooth, cold, refreshing taste of real draft beer in bottles and cans. New OM Genuine Draft and Draft Light from the brewers of Old Milwaukee.
Are you looking for a beer?
Real draft beer, without the keg.
Bernie's Charity Golf Classic, Sunday following the game on Channel 3.
The view from 56-year-old Johnny Majors. His life has been football. Grew up under his father, an outstanding coach of his own rights, a small college coach of the year at the University of the South in Sewanee. He grew up in a town of just a few hundred. In fact, Lynchburg, Tennessee is famous for two men's names, famous for Johnny Majors and Jack Daniels.
You know, in 1973, both his dad and John were coach of the year. His dad in Division III, and John, of course, I guess they call it Division A. With University of Pittsburgh, right?
Rodney Culver on his last game on Notre Dame turf to the 36-yard line. Chris Mims and Mark Fletcher make the tackle, and an injured player, Jeremy Lincoln, is down for Tennessee. Boy, the turnovers today.
Yeah.
Look at the first three. A fumble led to a quick touchdown to start the game, and then the long interception by Tom Carter, 63. Check that. Carter went 79 yards with that interception. Then another fumble and a score by Notre Dame, and now this fumble from Kelly. It doesn't appear to be serious. So a reminder, right after our game today, you can have some fun with commercials involving athletes. It's a popular trend. They apparently sell the merchandise, but sometimes it takes a long time to get that commercial in the bank. A few takes. Jock Spots, athletes, and advertising. It's a fun 1 hour to follow us today on NBC. No gain on third down, and the Irish are going to have to punt.
Sean Walker was the only guy there, Dick. He reached out from under the pile to get the stop, because otherwise it was going to be a big game. That was a great shot. Great job. Down underneath everybody.
45 Walker. You old-time Tennessee fans, Lindsey Nelson listening and watching back in Knoxville, Tennessee. Remember that man wore 45 as the top runner, tailback, triple threader at Tennessee in his day. Almost blocked as Sexton just gets it away, and you know who was in there. That same man, Darrell Hardy, that blocked the field goal that led to a long touchdown run. 36 yards on the punt by Sexton. Tennessee has it, and watch Hardy, how close he comes. He has 3 block kicks this year. That one nearly 4.
When you've got something precious to carry, this is one way to do it. Here's another. Chevy Lumina Euro Sedan. Engineered with 4-wheel independent suspension and standard anti-lock brakes. It's one way to help make sure your precious cargo is delivered safely. The cars more people depend on. Chevy Lumina. Family Circle's Domestic Family Car of the Year for the 2nd straight year.
Because AT&T knows that you have news to share, and times to remember, and plans to be made, and stories to tell. Now your savings are better than ever before. 30% off calls from 5 to 10 p.m. for Reach Out America plan customers with an evening discount for 2 full months this holiday season. So go ahead and enjoy. And if you don't have Reach Out America, call now and get 30% off. Only for you, only from us.
I think they'll have shampoo there.
We might not have Head & Shoulders.
We're only going to be gone a week.
Right, a week. Head & Shoulders helps take care of the condition that causes flakes every day, because you never know. You know?
Head & Shoulders, because you never get a second chance to make a first impression.
Why fight the weather? Get this Craftsman half-horsepower garage door opener with Sears' best features for only $139.99. And when the pros from Sears install it, it's an even better value. So why wait? Get to Sears today.
Notre Dame football is brought to you by Chevrolet, the heartbeat of America, the cars more people depend on. By AT&T, the right choice. By Budweiser, the king of beers. who reminds you friends know when to say when. And by Craftsman Tools, only at Sears, the home of America's craftsmen.
Hey, when you pay him $50 million, you get that kind of thing. 13-24. 34-21. Notre Dame leads, but Tennessee with the ball. Here comes that reverse to Craig Faulkner. And Pete Burstich finally got to him, but not until Faulkner had successfully run that reverse for the second time. This one worth 14.
It's a reverse off of pass, like a Statue of Liberty, not off a run fake. So they've got a series of plays like this. You see, Kelly drops back as though he's going to throw, draws the pass rush in, and around comes Faulkner. Faulkner now is a series, one of the series of fast guys, 4.4, and he's about the third fastest receiver on the team.
Teammates call him Vanilla Ice. 5'11", 175. He's their second best receiver, third best, 22 catches this year. To the sidelines to Mark Adams, the tight end. A dangerous pass. Greg Davis was right on him.
Well, I'm still looking for a couple of those special plays, Dick, we saw in practice, and pretty soon here they're going to become critical. And at some point, Notre Dame's looking for things like that. You get further into this quarter, and that's all Notre Dame will be accounting for, is a sort of a Hail Mary or a special kind of play.
This might be it. Lloyd Kerr, who plays sparingly, 6'3", 235, comes in one of the few times today. Now it goes to Aaron Hayden, and this freshman's confidence seems to be building as the game develops. He's a better runner here in the second half than in the first. Troy Ridgely made the tackle.
Well, Notre Dame is punishing the pass receivers. They drop into a zone about 10 yards deep, then attack that ball as soon as it's thrown.
Big call for Johnny Majors, 3rd and 2.
Right tackle moved. Chief.
Patrick Lenore.
Those are the kinds of things that hurt so much. But they do have the short passing game. They can get 8 yards.
These are mental mistakes, and those will really get a Coach Gray.
False start. Offense, 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
That's so frustrating for a guy like Johnny Majors, who's had national championship teams. Pittsburgh with Dorsett in that group.
Unbeaten, 76. Hayden comes out, passing down, 2 wide receivers to each side. Pickens in the slot left. Underneath to Faulkner. Just couldn't get away from a surge of Irish tacklers. Rod Smith was there first.
He tried everything, but he was just pinned in. Notre Dame had him bracketed with zone defenders. Now they have a pass out of punt formation. They practiced it 4 or 5 times last week. But it could be that Notre Dame's in it. Look at Notre Dame's backing people off. They want to make sure they look for those kinds of plays.
Yeah, only 4 men on the line of scrimmage, so Hutton does kick it. And the young left footer to Burris at the 9-yard line. 42-yard punt. Still plenty of time. Over 11 minutes left.
An Olympic moment brought to you by Panasonic, helping to train America's Olympic athletes.
Munich, 1972. Mark Spitz of the United States is on his way to winning the Olympic 100-meter freestyle. In 1 week, he swims in 7 events, wins 7 gold medals, and breaks 7 world records. Mark Spitz, the greatest swimmer in Olympic history.
Super duper duper.
Before you buy a compact camcorder, ask.
Will its tapes play in my VCR?
No.
It's got a mini enhancer, zigzag zoom. But will its tapes play in my VCR? No. What?
Now this is the Panasonic Palmcorder camcorder.
Will its tapes play in my VCR?
Yes, it's VHS, so its tapes can play in all VHS recorders.
Will its tapes play on my VCR?
It will, when it's the Palmcorder from Panasonic.
It's only natural that children look to their parents for answers. So to help you explain why some things that may be fine for adults aren't right for children, Anheuser-Busch offers Family Talk, free advice from professionals to use with your kids while they're still learning to be grown up. And their favorite teacher is you. Let's stop underage drinking before it starts.
Maybe your first car shouldn't be a car.
I was 18, didn't have a care, working for peanuts, not a dime to spare.
Get this Chevy S10 EL pickup with cash back for around $8,000. Chevrolet, the trucks you can depend on, the trucks that last.
Like a rock, oh, like a rock.
The Bills' no huddle offense. It's the league's #1 attack. Bill and OJ tell you how to stop the unstoppable. Sunday on NFL Live.
Welcome back to Notre Dame Stadium. The Irish lead Tennessee by 13. And a week from tomorrow, the bowl bids go out, and a lot of interested representatives here today, including Chuck Johnson, president of the Fiesta Bowl. Chuck, what would your ideal matchup be for the bowl?
Well, ideally, we'd like to see an 11-1 Notre Dame playing an undefeated Florida State or Miami.
Does the outcome of today's game impact that?
Yes, and I think if Tennessee should win the game, they would definitely be in our picture, and we're interested in Notre Dame win or lose.
Win or lose. So you would be interested in a Notre Dame team with how many wins?
Oh, a Notre Dame team with 9 wins or more would be very interesting to any New Year's Day bowl.
There's been talk of Florida State wanting to stay in the state of Florida, possibly go to the Orange Bowl and not come to the Fiesta, even if they did beat Miami. What can you say about that?
Well, my feeling is both Miami and Florida State, if they have the chance to play a Notre Dame team in the Fiesta Bowl, will seriously consider it.
Thank you very much. Dick?
All right, Doc. David Bennett was almost in the picture of that Notre Dame pass intended for Derek Brown. And now it's Rodney Culver. Look at those linemen move the pile in front of him. Mirko Jurkovic and Gene McGuire. Wow.
Culver gets his pads down. He can take his own guys with him. That's really a shot. He gets underneath everybody, and now he just starts pushing the entire group back. And look at the drive of those
76
guys.
McGuire.
McGuire. Look at this. Look at this.
Not quitting. Boy, that's the kind of thing that assistant coaches just leap for joy, don't they? That's what they preach from the day one.
The legs move, the leverage is there, and they basically outweigh Tennessee by enough pounds where it makes a difference.
9 yards on that gain, and they stop Culver. No, it was Bettis, and how rare that is. And they stop him from the first down on 3rd and 1. Chris Mims from Los Angeles, California. That gets those orange and white pom-poms flying.
It looks good so far, but Mims' quickness makes the difference.
So with 10 minutes left and the clock running, backup punter Jim Sexton for the injured Craig Hendrick will punt, and dangerous. Dale Carter stands at the Irish 45, and Tennessee calls time. May have had too many men on the field. We'll be back. Johnny Major's Tennessee team still after Notre Dame.
You bought a what? For a dog? Well, it's your dog. It's your life. The card. The American Express card. Don't leave home without it.
Who guarantees overnight air delivery before 10:30 for far less than other companies charge? UPS. Who did you think?
It's not easy being a truck.
Like a rock, I was strong as I could be. like a rock. Nothing ever got to me.
But through it all, Chevy full-size has the best resale value in the business. Chevy trucks.
Like a rock.
The trucks you can depend on. The trucks that last.
Like a rock.
Who guarantees overnight air delivery before 10:30 for far less than other companies charge? UPS. Who did you think?
Sports stars, commercial endorsements. It's the proven formula for success. Why does Madison Avenue love the superstar athlete? Jock Spots, an NBC Sports special. Today.
You know I don't have time for this.
Fifth-ranked Notre Dame leading 13th rated Tennessee, 34-21, just under 10 minutes remaining, and Jim Sexton back to punt at his own 4. No pressure, but not a very good kick. It hit a Irish player, DeBose, and that will negate the roll. They'll mark the ball first touch, I believe, about the 45 of Notre Dame. So a 29-yard punt by Sexton.
The punt was so poor, really, that there was no chance to return it because it looked as though the return would be big. Now it bounces right into oh, it hits him right on the head. Yeah.
And we got the chance now for our Xerox Sports Facts here in the second half. Who was the runner-up to Notre Dame's Paul Hornung when Hornung won the '56 Heisman Trophy? If you've been with us all day, you know that answer. Play action. Kelly going long. And it was intended for Pickens and a late flag. That'll be a 15-yard interference.
I don't see a foul there. I really don't.
Rod Smith on the coverage.
Now we'll see the ball down the field, and a man just simply slowed down. Rod Smith. Now he has that right to slow down and play the ball.
That's right. Pickens appeared to be contacting Smith as much as Smith on Pickens.
Well, I like this rule for college football.
Smokey liked it. Yeah, Smokey, he's singing now. Tennessee's back in this game at the 30-yard line. He'll be on the Mark and Brian show soon. Who's going to be on Sunday night, I wonder, at 7 o'clock? Just wondered.
Well, I've got an idea. If we're a part of that, Dick, we're going to upstage both those guys. They'll wonder who Mark and Brian are.
Timeout, Tennessee, 9:33 remaining.
Indianapolis, Daytona, Talladega, Pomona, Baja. Why do we go to such distant places to put Craftsman tools to the test? If you're going to guarantee a tool forever, it's got to take the torture even guys like you dish out. 1,600 Craftsman hand tools, made in America. Guaranteed forever, only at Sears. Besides, this kind of testing is fun.
To an engineer, Chevy Lumina APV is corrosion-proof polyurea body panels, molded Velusta-Cup resilience, modular seating for 7,
Join us?
computer-modulated anti-lock brakes. But to a mom, the Chevy Lumina APV
Okay?
is a lot of innovation that makes her life
You guys did great.
a lot easier. No wonder more people depend on it.
Heartbeat of America. That's today's Chevrolet.
Searching for the perfect shave? Let Norelco show you what it's like from the inside. Here, there's a system for a close, comfortable shave that exists in no other razor. Our patented lift and cut system lifts the hair so when it's cut, it can actually drop below skin level without the blades even touching your face. So to look better on the surface, remember, Norelco shaves below the surface. Norelco, we make close, comfortable.
5-day week, 8-hour day, paid sick leave, higher wages, health insurance, overtime pay, pensions. safer working conditions, paid holidays, job security, paid vacations, maternity leave. The proceeding has been brought to you by the men and women of the unions of the AFL-CIO who won these benefits at the bargaining table and set the standard for all working Americans.
Tennessee fans, some 5,000, the cheerleaders from Volunteer Country as Tennessee starts after the interference call. First down at the 30. 9.5 minutes remaining. Notre Dame 34, Tennessee 21. A reverse, and it winds up in the hands of Pickens. Boy, that nearly was a disaster as Notre Dame had the play smothered, had Kelly with the ball before the handoff. Finally, Clark and Carter in the secondary get Pickens out of bounds.
The pressure came from the outside, and people couldn't be blocked. DeBose is coming right into Kelly. So they didn't account for DeBose blitzing, and he almost stops it. And now look at that team pursuit. 3 people bracketing the ball carrier. Pickens had nowhere to go.
Looked like a double reverse. It looked as if Pickens was going to hand off, but that option taken away. A gain of only 1. Almost intercepted on the deflection as Faulkner sees it goes through his hands. DeBose was closest. 3rd and 9.
Well, Faulkner had his chance there. He was clean and open and had running room. But they've been punishing the receivers. Notre Dame has, to the extent that they may be losing their concentration inside.
Long shadows from the western sidelines in the press box, right at the rim of DeBose's position. Timeout, Notre Dame. DeBose saw something wrong and quickly used the second Notre Dame timeout. Head volunteer watches as we break for these words.
Like a rock. Of all the trucks in its class, only Chevy S10 Blazer gives you 4-wheel anti-lock brakes standard, which helps you steer through a curve while braking. Without it, you don't have as much control. And why should that be important to you? Because in the real world, safety doesn't have to be an option.
Like a rock.
Chevy trucks.
Standing arrow straight.
The trucks you can depend on. The trucks that last.
Bill, why don't you take this Xerox Sports Facts? You've been aching to do this all year.
Let me
Your
read
last
this.
chance.
Hold on. Who was the runner-up? You know, I think it might be the guy from Tennessee. Who do you think it might be?
There he is.
Johnny Majors. What a great football player.
Many felt he should have won it. He was
sure.
a brilliant tailback at 165 pounds.
He did everything. In a single wing offense, which means you take all the punishment. You don't just hand the ball off. So it was a tight race that year. There were a lot of other people that
Tommy McDonald was a close third. Many thought he should have won.
Jim Brown was involved in that.
Andy Kelly on the doorstep of becoming Tennessee's all-time pass yardage leader. Needs 4 more yards today. 3rd and 9. Through the hands of the tight end, Von Reeves. That would have been a first down catch.
That's
and
2
a record
throws inside, Dick, that have been dropped. 2 of them inside, and you don't know how much the wear and tear has been on these receivers, and it's cold, no question about it. At least my hands are cold up here.
Johnny Majors now on 4th and a short 9. Will have to go for it. 9:16 remaining. The ball shy of the Notre Dame 28-yard line. 7 defensive backs for the Irish. First and goal for Tennessee. Corey Fleming's catch, and that puts Andy Kelly ahead of Jeff Francis, all-time in Tennessee history, as he passes Francis's 5,867 career yards. Andy Kelly. More importantly for Kelly and his coach Johnny Majors and all of Tennessee, this record setter has his team in position. And a penalty tacked on against Notre Dame to move within 6 points of the Irish.
Well, you know, Kelly's a winner as a starter.
Good ball foul. Late hit out of bounds on the defense. Penalty half the distance to the goal. Push down.
we get a chance to see just what happened. Clean, open. He trips and falls. Gee, I don't think the Notre Dame player, I didn't get the number, was trying to do that, but he got the call.
From the 4-yard line, 1st and goal. Aaron Hayden, touchdown Tennessee!
Question about it.
The freshman's 7th touchdown of the season. Hayden scores, and it's 34-27. You saw Major say, go for 1. Dexford has it. And it's Notre Dame 34, Tennessee 28. Almost the score, the final score last year when Notre Dame won 34-29 in Knoxville. And we'll return to Notre Dame Stadium after these messages from your local station.
A promotional fee has been paid to NBC by United Airlines. Come fly the friendly skies.
Tuesday at 8, 7 Central.
He's back.
Bubba's back in Hollywood to protect a young friend's life and renew an old love. It's the heat you've been waiting for. Then it's the story that shocked the nation.
Date rape.
And a young man of privilege is arrested.
You're destroying my life.
This isn't Palm Beach. Law and Order after Heat at a special time, 8, 7 Central, Tuesday.
They named her Lucky Lady. But it'll take sweat, not luck, to get her flying again. And you need a deodorant you can depend on. Old Spice deodorant actually helps stop odor before it starts by killing odor-causing bacteria on contact. 99%. That's odor prevention you can count on with the clean scent of Old Spice.
Could I tear you away from your lady friend?
Old Spice deodorant. It does a number on odor-causing bacteria, 99%.
Night and day, you are the one.
Hey, have you seen this new Mercury Tracer LTS? It's one of a kind. Its 16-valve engine makes it incredibly quick with plenty of room and comfort for 5. First year out, one of Car and Driver's 10 best. And hey, it's got Mercury quality, making it one up on the competition. And now with $750 cash back, it could be the one for you.
Night and day, you are the one.
Hurry, cashback offer ends soon. See your Lincoln Mercury dealer today.
What it's like being a star, these celebrities tell tonight at 11.
A drive in which Andy Kelly got his team within 6 of Notre Dame and broke the Tennessee pass yardage record to boot. And now it's tense here at Notre Dame Stadium.
Andy Kelly is a starter, 24-2. I didn't realize that, Dick. He's got a great career record. 24-2.
Through the end zone goes Chapman's kickoff, and Notre Dame starts from the 20-yard line. And now the pressure falls on junior quarterback Rick Meyer. Lou Holtz giving his last words of advice. The guess, I would think, Bill, is, hey, let's make that ground game work, although Tennessee started to stuff that running game of Notre Dame. Meyer has thrown the ball only 12 times today, completing 8 for 113 yards. Derek Brown is splitting out. Brown was wide open. Meyer didn't see him and almost lost the ball as he was hit from the backside by Chuck Smith.
Well, Lou Holtz is going right at him. The last time Tennessee scored, Notre Dame came right back, but Meyer just didn't spot his #1 receiver. Look at the top of the screen. Wide open, uncovered, but Rick was looking the other way. He could have gotten that ball out to Brown early and gotten a big gain out of it. Here's Skip Holtz, who coaches not only tight ends, but wide receivers. Obviously, the name is quite familiar to us. Skip coached at Colorado State for a year. Now
Florida State for a year?
Yeah, and now is in the process of beginning a career as a young guy. Oh!
Through the hands of Tony Smith, and
you realize that tip pass could have been the difference in the ball game. Carter was sitting back there. The ball fell just a couple of feet short of him. This could have really been trouble. This ball is in the air. And look at the defender right there. Oh, boy.
With Carter's speed, he's been down the sidelines and standing in the end zone.
And Notre Dame has not taken any time off the clock in this drive. This is absolutely critical. 2 incomplete passes.
Almost intercepted by Smith. He's been everywhere in this series. The senior from Athens, Georgia.
Well, Smith was going to walk right in with that ball, but he was so surprised it came right to him. Now, there are 3 really crazy plays on the part of the Irish. Look at this. Oh, right on. Oh, gee, that could have done it. Chuck Smith had his chance, but it's tough to respond to a ball that's only thrown 5 or 6 yards.
Boy, as this defense at Tennessee turned it around. The last 3 Notre Dame possessions, 3 plays and a punt. This is a little better kick by Sexton. Carter doesn't fair catch, and that led to a fumble to start the game and a quick Notre Dame score.
Well, we talked about it earlier. Tennessee decided in the middle of that second quarter to settle down and just play one play at a down, one down at a time, as though the score was even. And that's kept them in the ball game, and a valiant comeback. It's hard to believe they can make this kind of comeback, getting down 21-0 with everything going against them.
Remember, there was 31-7, and the Irish trying for a field goal makeable. That would have been 34-7. Kelly hits Pickens. Just caught from behind by Pete Versich at the 26. 21 yards for the All-America Pickens.
It's absolutely critical now that Notre Dame respond to the ball. You can get going to sort of a mesmerized position. Here's the hook pattern right inside. Ball thrown right up high where it belongs and almost got it. Versich saved it. But Notre Dame can't go into sort of a melancholy situation here where they fail to respond to what they see. There's a sort of a shock they're in right now.
Nice catch by Mark Adams, who makes a one-handed grab, pulls it in with that left hand. Greg Davis makes the hit. I'd like to go back just in case you haven't been with us from the start. Notre Dame, with just seconds remaining in the first half, led 31-7 and tried for a makeable field goal. It would have been 34-7. The kick was blocked and returned for an 85-yard Tennessee touchdown to make it 31-14. Could have been 34-7. That's where it turned. And now Kelly in position, a touchdown away from a Tennessee lead.
A blitz.
And Devon McDonald gets him.
McDonald basically wasn't blocked. It was a quick pass. McDonald got there before Kelly could do anything about it. Coming from the outside, you'll see Lenore step down and leave McDonald free to go right to the ball.
Boy, DeBose was coming from the other side. A loss of 4 on the play. 3rd and 9. Big play.
Blitz.
But Kelly buys some time and is short in the end zone. Well covered was Pickens. Kelly did a good job.
He had J.J. McCluskey wide open on this side of the field. Of course, it would have taken an Elway kind of throw, but he had it way over here.
4th and 9. Out of field goal range, one would think. 6:47 left, and Johnny Majors has to say, hey, I'll get the ball again, even if I don't make the first down. Timeout is going to be called by Tennessee. That is their last.
Well, Notre Dame went right ahead and blitzed. I've mentioned before, not to get mesmerized and sit back and almost go into a stupor in a zone. They went right after him. Gary Darnell just blitzed and took it right away from Tennessee.
Notre Dame has the only timeout remaining in this game. Final, Nebraska trailing Kansas 17-0 in the first half. Rallied to win 45-23. 6 touchdowns for Calvin Jones, a freshman redshirt running back. Here are other scores today. Number 1, Florida State. Washington jumps out early against SC. Michigan big time over Northwestern. Alabama, LSU, always a good game. Penn State very impressively over Maryland. They play Notre Dame next Saturday. That Nebraska game now finals. East Carolina rallied. They were down early. That's a good team. Ohio State victorious. Oklahoma romping against Mizzou. And here, the game of the day, 34-28, Notre Dame leading Tennessee. Almost a copy of last year's exciting battle at Neyland Stadium in Knoxville, Tennessee, on the University of Tennessee campus. Over some 96,000 saw that one. And this almost a copy, as Notre Dame had the lead in the second half. Tennessee came back. Tennessee trailing by only 5, had the ball, and it was Rod Smith's interception in the end zone that denied a Tennessee comeback win. Can the Irish deny Kelly and the Volunteers again? 4th and 9.
A blitz look. Blitz.
Broken up by Jeff Burris. The intended receiver. Kelly did an excellent job of avoiding DeBose and McDonald both blitzing.
McCluskey is wide open. Look at McCluskey down behind everybody.
But 2 men actually came together, and that drew the defense with them. So Notre Dame takes over and downs at the 26, leading by only 6. Meyer caught from behind. That'll show you the speed of 6 foot 6 inch, 261-pound Chris Mims. Doc?
You know what's interesting, Dick, as you watch this, we talked earlier about Notre Dame not having a pass rush last year or this year. When the chips are down, what do? They come with the blitz, they get the rush, and that breaks up the passing game for Tennessee.
That Tennessee defense certainly sterling. The last 3 Irish possessions, Notre Dame without a first down after they seemed to run and move the ball at will throughout the first 2.5 quarters. It appeared that Bradley had jumped offside. Tony Brooks battles to get to the 24.
Well, Tennessee can get another chance. One more play. If they can hold them, they'll get another shot at it. And with that speed in the receiving group, you never know.
Tony Brooks, 111 yards today, but 109 of those in the first half when he really got the Irish out of the blocks in a hurry. 3rd and 12. Great block by Culver. Intercepted. Dale Carter, his 2nd of the season.
Carter just simply stepped in front and made the play.
Well, the way Sexton has been punting, that was about a 30-yard play and about all they were going to get out of a punt anyway.
Meyer gets good protection, gets outside of everybody. He's been real accurate throwing, running left and throwing, but now he's just forcing the ball in. But Notre Dame has left their game the last 2 possessions. Now there's the route, the corner route, but look at Carter just waiting for the ball. But Notre Dame's left their football.
From the Notre Dame 45, it's to McCluskey, and he's inside the 35 and a first down. Tom Carter makes the tackle. There's Dale Carter.
But the Notre Dame play calling, of all the things that have occurred this year, they left Bettis, they left Brooks and Culver, and went to throwing the ball just when he should have been taking time off the clock.
At the 33-yard line, a dozen on that pickup. 4:51, 4:50 left. Notre Dame leads by 6. 34-28. Aaron Hayden A successful draw to the 26, a pickup of nearly a Junior Bryant from behind, made the stop.
Well, they're relentless, no question about it. They get everybody spread out, and an occasional draw play is going to get 5 or 6.
Down to John Dockery.
You know, Dick, on the sideline, the assistant coach, Randy Sanders, was talking to Andy Kelly about being patient, that there's plenty of time. Throw short, look for the blitz, use a draw every so often.
There's the safety blitz.
And the screen, it's going to work. Aaron Hayden, touchdown.
To stop the screen, and Kelly had the voice to hold the ball until everything's set up. Excellent call, excellent call.
And now John Bexford, it's tied 34-all to give Tennessee its first lead. Boy, you can hear the cheers reverberating all the way from the Volunteer State. Tennessee 35, Notre Dame 34.
Well, Willie Clark is going to blitz right up the middle. Notre Dame's going to bring everybody. Now you'll see him coming right here. Now he's going to come right up the middle, and he thinks he's going to get there. It worked once before, but now you see everybody getting caught up and running over each other. Nothing left, nothing left. Fisher, Malinsky, able to block anybody that's left over. So at ground angle, you can see both offensive linemen getting outside, and Notre Dame sort of getting caught up in each other's feet. Now there's nothing left out there.
A high moment for Johnny Majors. His team down 21-0 early, 31-7, and they battle back. And here with 4 minutes left, it's the Volunteers 35 and the Irish 34.
Over to the house, baby. That's a you big, baby. Thank you a lot.
Freshman from Detroit, recruited heavily by Notre Dame. Aaron Hayden, his second score today. And now the challenge falls in the lap of 5th-ranked Notre Dame and their talented junior quarterback, Rick Meyer. This offense that moved the ball so relentlessly, can they deliver position, a field goal or a touchdown? It's Reggie Brooks to the 25-yard line. Tackled by Mark Fletcher.
Well, for the first time, you get a chance to see Notre Dame come from behind and have to move the ball. They've got plenty of time, 3 minutes and 57 seconds, but they're going to have to pick just the right plays and execute. They've done everything else for us all year in doing these broadcasts. Now we can find out if they can come from behind.
Well, the only time they were forced to try to come from behind was at Ann Arbor and failed as Michigan beat them 24-14, their only loss. Now at home, trail 35-34. Meyer, screen, broken up and almost intercepted. It was Ernest Fields as if he knew what the play was. He was right in the middle of the screen. He was in better position to catch it than the Irish receiver.
Well, there's just been a number of plays now that have just blown up in Notre Dame's face. Here's a screen, and Fields, number 23, has the coverage, and he sees the lineman coming out, and he's all over the play, all over it.
Jerome Bettis, the intended receiver.
Now that ball's been bouncing around 3 or 4 straight plays, and anything can happen when that goes on. I mean, the plays are just sort of blowing up in their face.
Meyer has not connected on his last 5 pass attempts. Underneath, Tony Smith to the 33-yard line, not a first down. He's short by a couple. That's only his first catch. He had 6 last week, and he leads the Irish, that being his 27th. Darrell Hardy, the tackler.
Well, you're going to have to figure that Bettis is going to get the ball here and go for that first down and then start the process over again.
3rd down, about 1.5 yards. They have to get the ball across the 35 to about the 35.5. Brooks, He has the first down and was those two tacklers away from something really big. Sean Walker there first for the Vols. Ball at the 42-yard line, 3:12. The clock stopped temporarily.
It's a basic lead play, and a pulling Jurkovic does a nice job of trapping. And look at the strength of the ball carrier. And that's the thing that's so impressive. Brooks just broke tackles to get the first down.
Bettis, the only running back. Meyer fades. Great catch by Derek Brown, the big tight end in traffic. That was a... And Brown says, hey, let go of me.
Well, the whistle should have been blown. Brown was tackled. He was still on his feet. And the referee, no, it wasn't the referee, the side judge didn't blow the whistle.
Clock continues to run to the 2.5-minute mark, fourth quarter. In the dusk at South Bend, Indiana. Tennessee trying to fashion a remarkable upset and a great comeback. Meyer running like a fullback, has a first down at the Vol 43.
You know, the problem could be the field goal, Dick. With Hendrick banged up, they don't have the kicker. So that's going to be a major problem. They're going to have to get that ball down to the 10-yard line before they go for the field goal. So the loss of Hendrick at this point is absolutely disastrous unless Notre Dame can score a touchdown.
First down, Notre Dame. Tennessee 43. You see the time remaining. A draw to Brooks. And he's to the 36-yard line, and the Irish fans are on their feet here in South Bend. In fact, most of this crowd standing now as this drama builds. 1:47 left.
Well, Notre Dame has speeded up everything to make the most of the clock.
Smith. It's an Irish first down to the 29-yard line as he's smothered by 4 Tennessee tacklers.
Again, the field goal is a problem without Hendrick to do it. No question about it. It's going to be a problem. They're going to have to get in the end zone unless they can get way close, way up in there like an extra point.
Rob Leonard is the place kicker, and he has tried only 1 point after, never a field goal in a game. First down. Meyer on the option. Breaks tackles. Out of bounds at the 16-yard line. He has taken this game in his hands.
Meyer has got excellent speed, and it doesn't show up until he wants to use it. In 2 option plays, he's basically outrun the entire Tennessee front. He just turns on the jets.
Lou Holtz earlier this week, I don't know what crystal ball he's looking in, but said, I think it'll come down to the last play, and I know we've got to score at least 35 to win. Boy, is he right. 35-34, Tennessee leads. The ball is at the 16, 1:11 left. Bettis saw the invasion of number 53, Kerry Bailey from Morgantown, West Virginia. And the Irish, with only 1 timeout left, have to hurry. It's under 1 minute to go.
They've got to get closer to make the field goal, no question about it. They've got to get the ball in the middle of the field if they have to go for it. You can't take a chance with a severe angle with a kicker that's never done it before.
Meyer throws it low to the intended target, Ray Griggs, perhaps wisely, because Tennessee had it well covered.
Now this is the critical call for Lou Holtz, because he's got to get the ball in the middle of the field. And I think he's talking to his people about it, because with this kicker, he's got to get that done.
What pressure on this young man, Rob Leonard.
They're not going to kick it, Dick, from here on that angle. That angle's too severe for the kicker.
They've got another play and a timeout left, and there's Leonard. He's a sophomore from Decatur, Georgia. He's not even in the Notre Dame press guide. It's Meyer to the 9-yard line. Again, it brings up fourth and about 3. Ernest Fields made the tackle. Oh, here's where they'll let the clock run down, apparently.
And you know Daryl Hardy has blocked the field goal. So you know he's lurking out there. And if he comes from the left side again, he's got a chance. Oh, boy. This is as tough as it gets.
Wouldn't you like to know what that brief conversation was about? This is Rob Leonard. A dream for every player to come into his team's game. A walk-on, no one knows. His opportunity to win perhaps the biggest game of the season for Notre Dame. So much riding, bold implications. Andy Kelly and Tennessee have rallied from a deep hole to take the lead 35-34, and now timeout with 4 seconds remaining. Leonard will try what will be about a 26-yard field goal. Meanwhile, today's Chevrolet players of the game for Tennessee: Andy Kelly, Tony Brooks for Notre Dame in his final home game. In conjunction with this program, Chevrolet contributes $2,000 to the National Association of Student Financial Aid Administrators for disbursement to deserving college students so they may continue their education. Congratulations to 2 seniors, Brooks and Kelly. A record-setting day for Kelly. And now they set it up. Rob Leonard out of Jim Sexton's hold. It will be 27 yards. Miss. It's a victory. Tennessee make Notre Dame wins. It was partially blocked. Tennessee 35, Notre Dame 34. The block, Bill. Now, it came straight through, but there was a sound that indicated that perhaps a Tennessee player got a piece of it. John Dockery perhaps can get that information for us. Johnny Majors will have to rate that as one of the great comeback wins in his brilliant coaching career. Out of it in the first half, and he was able to rally, and the blocked field goal at the end of the first half, and perhaps a deflection on another. Let's go to John Dockery.
Coach, what can you say about this comeback?
Well, it was great, and what the heck do you say about it? You know, it looked like we were out of the ball game. We blocked that field goal right before the half, and it's just a terrific job. That's really what we needed. What do you say? I don't know. It's a great victory.
Congratulations.
I never had a better comeback, I guess, in my whole career. I didn't. The players did, of course.
All right, thanks, Coach. Dick Enberg, back to you.
Well, Johnny Majors almost in tears in his joy as 13th rated Tennessee has upset 5th ranked Notre Dame 35-34. Stay tuned for Jock Spot's NBC Sports Special. For Bill Walsh, John Dockery, Dick Enberg. Good night, everyone.